stuff.
What is that?
But let's see. I think yep, we're live. What's up? It's T and I. For now, I was kind of waiting. I thought I didn't know I was this late. So sorry for starting late, but I just assumed Robert would be here. He didn't say he wasn't. And Terrell supposedly his internet's supposed to be back up sometime tonight. Um, I keep forgetting like every week during the podcast. I keep forgetting to like even say what happened to Terrell. He was like the hurricane Helene or what, however you pronounce it. He got hit. His neighborhood got hit bad. He was without power for over a week. I forget how long, 10 days maybe. And then he still hasn't had his internet. It's been a couple weeks for sure. I'm not sure the exact timetable. Maybe 3 weeks. And it's like, that's what happens when we have all our cables above the ground, all our wires. Um, what's up, Smith? Our at work, a guy. He's our like site leader. He lives in the UK. He says they have no power line. He remembers power lines when he was a kid, and he's like 50, 60 years old. He's like, that's how long ago when they had power lines on poles back in the UK. Obviously, it's a way smaller country. Not sure the size of the country compared
Yeah,
to like a
it's
state.
smaller
I feel it's
than.
like the state of Michigan, probably close to it.
Yeah, it's smaller
Maybe a
than.
little bigger.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But England specifically, so yeah, it'd be cool. I'm sure there's places in some bigger cities and stuff probably have it, but we don't. Everything's above, other than plumbing.
Yeah, rural areas, they all have power lines, so power poles everywhere. I mean, you're just not gonna be able to do that everywhere.
I know, but
Not in a timely fashion.
when there's a storm and trees go down, you're fucked. Terrell's
Hmm.
neighborhood was bad. Like it was pretty severe. But anyway, that's where he's been, and I was hoping maybe he'd get his internet up and he could jump in and rejoin the podcast. So get us keep us on track from talking about movies the whole time. But as far as gaming stuff,
Oh yeah, keep.
there's that Nintendo. What'd you call it? The N64.
Hmm?
The N4K. What was it called? The official name, analog or something.
Oh, it was an analog 3D. I think it's called analog 3D.
What are you doing, cat? My cat's grabbing something off my desk. Sounds pretty cool. Like I'm interested. I don't know. Uh, like there's no hands on with it. I thought it was gonna like from my guy at work was describing it. I thought it was gonna be like really upscaling the games. Like, and I was like, that doesn't seem
No,
possible. But if it's just basically just upscaling the signal, it's not like upscaling the actual image to like clear
right.
4K. Um,
Mostly. I mean, I'm like I would be way more interested in it before I modded mine. As you can see, look at that, look at that,
mm-hmm.
smooth. Got a new emblem on the front, but I don't know if you can see this or not. But yeah, I
Yeah.
have a HDMI
Mm-hmm.
out. I was gonna put a video up, but some of my files got corrupted, so I'm just have to
Yeah, it has
kind of
like
do a little
storage too, so I don't
tutorial.
know if it also is going to work with
Yeah,
ROMs.
what I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking it will work with ROMs, but even then, it has this hardware, so it's not even gonna do what I told you earlier, what the even the N64 expansion pack on Switch Online does, where it kind of makes the textures more crispy and sharper and all that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. It literally can't do that because it's this hardware. You had to have an emulator for that kind of
If
stuff.
you're a
So
fan,
yeah, it's gonna make it clean, but it's only gonna make it as clean as my modded N64 does. And mine outputs in I think 1080p is the highest, but it's not really 1080p. It's just what the
Yeah.
output is. Not, yeah, so it's not making the game itself. It can't. It literally can't because it's based on the N64 hardware. It's a clone console basically, but it has a hard drive. I'm thinking for um, it might be for like updates. I don't know how much.
But it
I don't
says
know what
it's like
size of it is.
16
What
gig SD card
16
included.
gig?
That's
Yeah, it
more
comes
than
with a 16
updates.
gig SD card. But also there's tons of like ROM hacks and stuff people are going to want to play.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm guessing you'll be able to, because I think it has Wi-Fi as well. That's going to be for updates, but also if you want to download a ROM hack, which there are tons of them. I famously
Yeah.
have one right here, Smash Remix, which is fantastic. So it's going to be cool to be able to do that. Um,
So I'm
but as
looking.
far as it making the games actually better, like graphically, that's not going to happen unless it's a different console than they're saying it is.
There's no like
But
reveal video. It's just people
no,
reacting
that I
to
was gonna
it.
say, that's my issue with it. Like, why are you hiding this?
Why
I
is
mean,
it
I know
only the?
certain games you don't want to show, like Nintendo games, because you don't want Nintendo coming at
Mm-hmm.
you. But there's tons of games you can show that Nintendo can't do anything about.
I just see
So
the same couple people making videos on it, and I don't want to click on there because it's just their faces most of the video. But I mean, it looks cool. It uses a very similar controller. The wireless option is it's like the Switch Pro controller third parties, but with the directional buttons instead of a right analog stick. And then it has the port. So it's just crazy that it just has
yeah,
the actual
there's a lot of
N64 hardware.
really good quality of life stuff that's been made for these retro consoles. Like the N64, they have new controllers out there, some that mimic those old. Because some people have an issue with, for whatever reason, I keep seeing a video every year about people. Oh, how do I hold this? It's so strange. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to hold this console. How to hold this? And you hold it like this for 2D games, and you hold it like this for 3D. It's not that big a deal. But obviously the sticks wear out on these, and so they've modernized them. Some of them have like, uh, some of the new sticks have like GameCube. I wish I had one. I have a Retro Fighters one,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never use that controller they're showing there, but
I don't
because it's
know.
still an N64, and there's certain games, first especially games that use the C buttons a lot, it's gonna be a little awkward, I would think.
It looks like they did a pretty good job with the placement to me, but
Uh, part of that is going on because I know people that also like are really into this thing and they're like
mm-hmm.
looking at the controllers like because they're based on controllers that are already out. I don't know what that one that's in the picture is. I think
That's
that's
the 8-bit do.
oh, the 8-bit do. Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
So 8-bit do, they are actually, I don't, their CEOs are like in business
I like
together.
it has the notches though, like the N64 for the left analog.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the problems I heard about from one of those people is like, oh, the A and B buttons are too close on those controllers. I don't know,
It
but
looked in the photos. It looked right next to the N64 controller. It looked like a pretty good. Honestly, I have two N64 controllers, but I don't know. I think that looks like a pretty good
or they were too
compromise.
flat. I can't remember exactly what he was saying. I think he said they didn't have enough like what do you call it when it's too low inside
Mm,
the controller. So you know what I'm saying? There's not
yeah.
enough thickness to it.
So is
So
that like the UI?
I think that's yeah, it looks like the UI there.
Yeah,
And
he's just
another
looking
thing
at the
is
web
there's a
page.
console called oh my god, what is it called? Polymega. So there's a Polymega console, and that mostly deals with like CD based stuff. So like Sega CD,
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation One, Sega Saturn, and that console will actually let you rip your game onto the hard
Oh,
drive.
really?
So, yeah, so I'm
That's
wondering if
cool.
this does that as well. That's why it has the hard drive
I
or
don't know,
not.
but it's cool that you can. The UI allows you to map. Like I could probably invert the controls.
Mm. Yeah, you can do the
It looked like that would be a huge for me. Like going back to
customization is crazy.
some of those
Uh,
games, that would be to me almost worth buying it for.
yeah,
So that's a pretty cool thing. I mean, it looks cool, and it's 250, so that ain't too bad. So it has your save files or your saves.
save states too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So kind of a it's gonna have a decent UI.
So you'll probably be able to do rewinds and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. take screenshots. That's cool. Control, like I said, it has button mapping and stuff. So if you could like
Like,
invert,
why is all this shit so tiny at the bottom of the website? That's the stuff that's like, well, that shouldn't that be prominent? Don't you want people to? You should have a side by side how it looks on
yeah,
a,
maybe it's
you know.
not fully operational or
Well,
something.
they're pre-ordering. It's sitting up, put up pre-orders and shit pretty soon. Like, you
Hmm.
should be ready with this stuff. This is all stuff that should be front and center.
That's the kind of
So
thing that would get me to, play older games. Just like add some modern conveniences, but still just play the off the cartridge. Like that's a cool thing. And then give me
mhm.
some options for controller customization. Yeah, and
All that
that's
stuff
pretty cool.
already exists. You got to do a little work
Yeah,
with all that stuff. You can buy consoles that are modded, but those are like stupid
yeah. I'd rather.
expensive. They're stupid
It's
expensive.
I would wait until they're out. People have them in hand, in their hands, and say, "Hey, this is legit. This is how it works." Like I'm not gonna pre-order it based off that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm saying. If you haven't, again, you're putting up pre-orders, but you don't show anybody what it looks like, show it running, or any of that kind of stuff.
mm-hmm.
That's a little weird to me. Like, why are you
I
doing
don't know.
that?
Maybe
And
there's some legal reason they can't advertise it running. Maybe they're worried
they
about
already
Nintendo.
have, they already have consoles where they play Nintendo games. They already
Hmm.
have the retro bit, all that kind of
Oh, that's
stuff.
right. The handheld one.
The analog handheld, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe they're frightened right now
Yeah.
because Nintendo is kind of going on a little tear. But again, they could show third-party games. Nintendo can't do anything about that. Those licenses are dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they won't show.
But it's
Hey,
a
don't show
cool
Mario
thing.
64. Show something else.
Like I would, I mean, if this is successful, then the next step would be like GameCube generation. Give me a. I know I would actually. I wouldn't be too worried about modding a GameCube. I don't. I'm not sure what it costs to buy one, but I wouldn't
Well, is it?
probably at this point. I might as well just mod mine. I don't even have um, AV cables for it. I'd have to use the N64 standard composite video. I don't have my component videos and cable anymore.
Yeah.
And
And again, you don't have to do all the mod. You can buy an AV to HDMI.
oh yeah, yeah.
They're not terrible.
That only
Um,
does that wouldn't do the audio though because the GameCube was just the digital was just video and then you'd have to run analog unless it connects into both. Maybe it plugs into the both the audio and the digital port and then converts it. I'd ask you could tell me.
mm, yeah, I'm going to show you the Kaiko. This goes into the digital port,
Yeah, but the
and
digital port
it
didn't
takes
do
everything.
audio though.
It, I don't have anything else running in here.
Really? I
Yeah,
I would have just assumed because all the component cables were just video
I don't have anything in the AV port. This is all through the digital port, and then
and it
HDMI comes
works.
out of it. It works beautifully.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
That tells me
uh,
Nintendo could have because I remember that GameCube, the component cable was, I mean, a lot of anything component cable back in the day. You had the three wires for your video, and then you had the two for your audio if it didn't have a digital audio.
it's
And
pulling audio from that port somehow.
so
I don't know. Yeah,
that would be huge. I would probably consider again though. Like
and this
there's
is $60,
a lot of
sixty
GameCube
dollars.
games where you can't. There's no option to invert the camera controls, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
last time I tried to play Wind Waker before I got the HD version. When I sold my GameCube games, I played them all just to make sure they worked. The disc loaded up and stuff, and
Well,
I'm like,
again, there are options for that as well. I'm gonna pop it up here. Here's my beautiful Spice Orange GameCube. Which one is it in? I think it's in here. If you look in here, I have a little chip in there, and on that chip is an SD card, and it's the Swiss software, which will allow you to do all the stuff you're talking
really?
about. Yeah, and you can actually store games on there
What
too.
was that port
Um,
for? I wonder, like originally.
it says Serial Port 2. I don't
Hmm.
know. I believe. Hold on, let me
Is that
see.
the Game Boy player that?
No, Game Boy
No.
Player goes in this one. It goes into that one. Oh, that's where the
See,
connects.
Nintendo was always like putting
Yeah,
like
they
future
always had
proof
these, and
all this
obviously that's
technology.
broadband and
Yeah, like they were
uh,
very ahead of the times. That's why it's so weird that they just said fuck it and went the other way.
they were just afraid to pull the trigger, which is
I mean, they
they
didn't.
weren't afraid all the time because if you remember, on this N6 or Super Nintendo, this is Teleview. Like they had an add-on that lets you download games using satellite, and you could put basically DLC on Super Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
They only did this in Japan, so it's like, what the hell? And they had on the N64, they had the 64DD, which lets you go online and download and create custom tracks in F-Zero and upload them for people to play. And we never got that here because it, basically bombed. Um, so they've always, that's what drives me crazy about them, because they've always like been innovative in that way.
And
But
then
they're too gun shy.
The Wii, they were just like, you know what, no HD. Yeah, it had
They can do anything.
component cable support, but analog audio, tiny storage, no like internal hard drive. I think it was 512 megabytes for storage for like save files,
Hmm.
and that's like, man, you guys really just went the opposite there because the
Oh yeah,
GameCube
Pfizer
was pushing.
Famicom had the disk system. It had
Yeah,
floppy disk system. Super Nintendo or NES. So
and then
they
like
just
the
are
Wii
gun shy.
U, the Wii U was their first HDMI, first digital, and then like they didn't want to pay for a Dolby license, so then you just had the generic uncompressed audio, it's called, and you had the worst USB port in the system you could have. It couldn't even power like a portable hard drive. It had to have a separate power, and it's like, what the fuck, guys? Like, you used to
It's skipping
be
on shit.
all about pushing that stuff and very forward thinking, and then it was just like, nope, we're gun shy. We're gonna you got to use two USB ports just to power one USB or one hard drive,
Ridiculous.
and then no Ethernet port. Like, okay, Wi-Fi, that was cool. The We had Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi was the big new thing, people's houses, and the 360 you had to pay $100 for the Wi-Fi adapter, and it's like, well, that's cool, but just give me an Ethernet port because I want to wire it, anyway. And it took till the Switch OLED in 21 whenever that came out, 2020 20, yeah, it was 21.
21.
It finally had a Ethernet port, first time ever Nintendo system launched with an Ethernet port on it.
They're so
um,
weird.
it's like, what the fuck. So um, yeah, other than that, like I said, I was hoping Robert would be here to kind of go over the
Because he was really excited about it.
I guess we
And
talk
we had
about
a person in our group.
Super Mario Party Jamboree. People are saying it's like one of the best Mario parties since like the N64. I've seen multiple reviews just say how good it is, and it has an 82 Metacritic, which, I mean, it's pretty good for a Mario Party game. I'd be
Yeah,
curious what the last few have gotten. And it uses
for sure.
Unreal Engine, which is weird. Maybe I think the last couple did. I mean, it looks great. Though they have the last couple did, but it's just like all I've seen is positivity about this Mario Party game. Like, damn, like late in the generation, the third Mario Party game, and it seems to be really well received. It's like, God, it's almost like could have held this for the Switch too if it's as good as people are saying. So that's I didn't expect them to have like this. I wouldn't say this is like a top tier quality game. It's still something they can make a new one every couple years. It's not really a big deal, but I didn't think Echoes of Wisdom was going to be this good. I didn't even think there would be a game of that caliber. After Tears of the Kingdom, I kind of thought that would be it. But Echoes of Wisdom's amazing. The Mario Party people seem to be loving, and the Mario and Luigi game has potential to be really good. So I got to say, I was wrong. I didn't think we'd get anything past some remakes for the rest of this year and the rest of the Switch's life. So good on them for putting out some quality games. Let's see, Magnetic.
Yeah,
This is the Switch 2 leak, probably. I was talking about
yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the entire leak with the photos and everything. This is pretty cool.
the game itself. I didn't know much about, but I did see people talking about this like this hub world area, but for people to, I don't know if they're Mii's or whatever, your character, like a PlayStation Home situation. I've heard. Um,
It looks similar to. I don't know, people don't know this game. They look like Opuna characters, which is like, what the hell is that? It's a Wii game. Do I have it near me? No. Because they have that kind of similar little outline and kind of weird They're like opponent characters meet like what's the what do they call the Sunshine Mario Sunshine? The, those ugly
Oh,
characters I can't stand.
Piantas or something.
Piantas, yeah. uh, they kind of give me that feel. Piantas meet like opponent characters.
So I do
Just
want to say
weird.
before we get any further,
Yeah.
like Nintendo should have revealed the game first and then did the playtest. It's stupid to think that this wasn't going to come out immediately.
Of course
Like
it would. Like you can't prove somebody can leak it. You can't prove who leaked it. So the whole idea of the NDA and all that,
once it's
like
leaked, then the NDA is done. Like as soon as it's
right.
public, then people anyone can talk about it. But I don't know. Maybe no one's going to risk showing footage or anything. But I can't find anything on it other than
I have everything. I have the
people talking about
entire.
it, but no photos, no nothing. Why don't you share your screen then?
I don't really know how to do that shit. Hold on.
Yeah,
Are we gonna
because
get in trouble?
that's a good point.
I don't want to. If I want to share photos, especially, uh,
I'm not
might
seeing the
get
articles. Don't have any photos. No, not anything. So
the article I have has all the photos. I'm looking at it right now. It's like it looks like a document. It looks
so
like a
yeah,
straight
they
up
they just
document from
should just
somewhere.
revealed what it is first and then did the playtest. I don't get it. Um, the
All
visuals
right.
aren't
So
close
it
to.
says this in this game, the goal is to work with others to fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and famed resources. Now you've seen that globe looking. I'm sure you've seen that kind of bluish, dark, in people's thumbnails, the
Mm-hmm.
kind of globe thing. And it says, as you progress across the planet, you'll discover new lands, enemies, and resources that will become essential to your journey. How to develop. Throughout your adventure, players will be granted special tools known as beacons. These beacons emit a healing light that purifies and develops the land. The higher your beacon place, the wider beacon zone becomes. Within your beacon zone, your best work can be done. And it goes on to explain beacon, and then the dev core is a separate space from the planet.
Did
This
they show like a
this looks really
3D? Is there
cool.
like a 3D environment?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 3D environment. This looks really cool because like it's very colorful Nintendo here. This little environment. It looks like a if you what's those like kids playrooms. If you walked into one of those,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it looks very much like
Hmm.
that. Um, and this from there it says the dev core is a separate space from the planet you'll be developing. Think of it as a social hub to gather with other players. At the dev core, you can level up your character, get items you'll need for your journey, and commune with others and more.
Hmm.
Yeah, this thing breaks
That's.
it completely. This must be the document everybody got or
How
something.
much
I
do
don't
you
know.
think they're gonna be charging for this? Then that doesn't sound. That sounds like an additional charge to me. I'd be
Mm.
maybe part of the expansion pass
This
since
is this this is Switch 2. This is no way this is on Switch 1. I don't think. They might. I don't know. Maybe they
I
will
mean, I'm
put it on
testing it
Switch
on
1.
Switch. So,
Well, yeah, but I mean, but that could be for the next console. They're going to use the same
hmm.
system, so
Yeah, you think this is
uh,
just like complete? Not even. It's just the concept they're testing, not really the
I
game.
think this is probably going to launch with Switch 2. This whole did they give it a name? No. Uh, I'll just call it the dev core. This whole thing is going to launch probably the way uh, the uh, the robots. Why am I why am I drawing a blank right now? For play PS5, what's it called?
Held up.
Playroom,
Oh,
Astro's Playroom.
yeah.
I think it's going to be something like that, or like somebody else was saying, a return to somewhat the PlayStation 3 home stuff. Um, I think it's going to be something about that. But that weird as it was, I was on I think I got on home maybe twice, and it was like real clicky and people just being
Yeah.
funky. I don't know, which wouldn't be the case on a Nintendo console because people are not like that. Nintendo gamers aren't really like that, so I can see where it could be pretty cool. If
It
that's
sounds
just
like
my
something
guess.
to like give people a reason to keep their online membership
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not an additional charge, if it's just part of the expansion pass, probably something people would probably check daily type of thing. They'd put whatever the
Yeah.
extent of the gameplay are, something to do with
I'm thinking
friends.
PS Home meets like Roblox, and if it's anything near Roblox, this is going to be stupid popular.
Yeah,
Stupid popular on Nintendo, especially. Like that's going to be crazy popular. So
like Air says, personalized Nintendo worlds, and so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential. But again, like it's just weird unless this is just we're just testing this idea. The final product is going to be something completely different. I don't know why they thought they could keep it a secret. 10,000
yeah,
people testing it. Retro won't even talk about it in the chat. That's how silly afraid
yeah.
he is of
Even now,
getting
I
in
mean,
trouble.
there's nobody, nobody's going to see him in our chat. He still
No.
won't talk about it.
Artisan, unrelated, he was talking about the Switch 2 with the rumored specs and only $50 more than the OLED. I think we talked about that a few weeks ago. That does seem
Mm-hmm.
pretty. That'd be hard to imagine $50 more than the OLED, and it has all those specs like Steam Deck equivalent specs. I mean, yeah, the storage would be less, um, but man, just that just to me, I think and Clocked it didn't want he didn't want anything to do with a more expensive Nintendo system, but I think 400 would be lucky. 450 maybe, like somebody's
Yeah,
pointed out.
I, that's
Um,
449,
and then like
99.
if they add this big of a thing to the, how do they not increase the price of the Switch Online? Then if this thing turns out to be massive, like I just don't see how they're not going to increase the price of the. Maybe it's an additional price on top of the expansion. You have to have the regular, the expansion, and now you pay this extra for this thing. I don't know how they're going to structure that, but it seems like a pretty big thing that they would have to keep running, and spend and have time. Have servers, have people working on it constantly.
Right.
Um, are they going to have microtransaction stuff? Is it going to be all stuff you earn by playing the game?
Yeah, I don't see
Um,
Nintendo doing microtransactions.
so we'll have to see. I mean, we are today is the 8-year anniversary of the Switch reveal trailer, October
Hmm.
21st, 2016. And Sandstorm, he's not feeling too confident. Remember, he was pretty cocky once September ended, that the October reveal was pretty much guaranteed in his mind. And he's
Where you at, bruh?
I messaged him. I said, dude, like, you got Mario Party just came out, getting good reviews. Echoes of Wisdom's out. You still got Mario and Luigi. I said, there's no Switch 2 reveal happening until maybe December, but more than likely January or February.
Yeah,
He's coming around to that. But he
yeah.
was.
Why would they step on their own toes?
I'll give him credit. He was saying Switch 2 in 2025, way before I was. I thought there was a chance it'd come out holiday this year. This was a couple years ago.
I think it was gonna come out this year, but you know what? It didn't. Fucking Switch is still selling.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, why people still buying this thing? It's still selling. You don't want to step on that. So
I don't know, man. It works for PlayStation every time.
yeah, but PlayStation's different. They can get away with that. Nintendo, we've been cultivated for a long time. That system is dead. And when it's just dead, it is dead, and or it's dead before the next system comes out sometimes.
But the
So
question is, would they rather have 13 million more Switch 1 sales this year, or would they have 13 to 15 million Switch 2 sales already? Like, it's just like, what? I guess they make more
well,
money off the Switch 1,
the install base, yeah,
but at the same time,
and they're going to continue making money off the Switch One, even if the Switch Two comes out anyway. So it's not like that's going to just completely stop. People are still going to play their Switches, and if they're smart, they'll drop that bitch down to 199 or something, the base model, and then it's really going to kill.
we'll see. I don't know. I'm just, as somebody, I don't, obviously, I'm not Nintendo, but it's like, I'd rather have 13, 15 million Switch 2s are, out by the end of this
I would,
year,
yeah.
while your momentum's still going. It's like,
Mhm.
but they're,
You think they're worried about confusion?
I think
Like,
it's
oh,
going to be
I already have a
the
Switch,
most
so
anticlimactic reveal of all Nintendo's in Nintendo's history. Maybe the 3DS
You really?
reveal, because it's just going to be the Switch. It's going to be the Switch with more power, and I think that's another reason they might be hesitant to put it out there. Like, are we marketing this thing? Like, I mean, the 3DS, they had the gimmick of 3D, and it didn't, and it was overpriced, and it
They didn't
didn't
have no
work.
damn games.
It wasn't
They
till
had it was overpriced and they didn't have no
wasn't
games.
till the light came out and really changed that system. Or that was the DS. Sorry, the 3DS. What it was the XL that the redesign in the 3DS XL was when they did the first redesign, and it was like, yeah, that's way better.
And then the new 3DS fixed the fucking
Mm-hmm.
the need to like stay in one spot for your 3D. Like I
So
don't think people give them enough credit for that. That's some fucking
I
amazing
mean,
technology.
if it's just, let's say, just quote unquote, let's say that the easiest thing to sell people on is that it's just, graphic, like a big graphical difference. Like, if it's got same style Joy Cons, and you plug, you dock it, you undock it, and maybe this new feature, this new
Well,
MMO
everybody's
thing.
telling me it won't have the same Joy Cons. That's what I'm hearing from
I mean, they
everybody.
won't be identical. I'm not, because just if the screen size is legit 8 inch, then it's gonna have to be a bigger Joy-Con. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like, there could be people like, oh wow, that it's just that. There's gonna be a lot of people who are like, oh, it's awesome. I love the Switch, and I just want better visuals. But there's also gonna be, I think there's gonna be some, um, maybe it's
I
hard
think
to.
core fans like us are gonna care, but I don't think the majority of Switch fans are gonna people are mostly casual. So I don't think they're gonna care.
But it's
Oh,
like,
it's the new Switch. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that.
mm-hmm.
Games look better. Cool. That's what that's what most people want.
But I just,
That's all.
in that regards, I think it's
Entertainment.
going to be the least exciting, like, Nintendo hardware reveal of all time. Just unless unless everybody's wrong and it's going to be something different.
I don't
Because
think it's gonna be because I think they're gonna show a game or two that's gonna blow our freaking socks
yeah, the
off.
gaming,
And
if they got a game to show, that'll definitely help. But I'm
yeah,
just mean from
Nintendo's
like,
not gonna just show here's hardware.
yeah.
Bye. No, they're gonna show us some games. That's what's gonna get us mostly excited. I think the next Mario. I think that's what's gonna make us
What's
lose our
up,
minds.
Robert?
And
Yo, trying
they're
to
gonna
open
talk
the
about
chat.
this thing that
There you
you
go.
know that even retro is scared to talk about. I'm sure that'll be a big part of the presentation.
We don't know if we want to show whatever the leaked stuff is on here. I don't
No,
know.
no, don't show it, but we could talk
No,
about
don't
it.
show it. We can talk about it.
We kind of,
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
kind of went over it. I mean, it's
Oh, okay.
it's hard to. I'd have to see it for
Yeah, it's
myself.
kind of hard to say what it is.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. You just have to kind of read it and maybe kind of come to your own conclusions.
But do
Yeah,
you
it feels
think
more
it's
like
gonna
an
be?
MMO sort of. It's like an attempt at a multiplayer MMO sort of thing in a
So they
very
called it a new
Nintendo
feature, though.
way.
Is it gonna be
Yeah.
part of the expansion pass, or are they gonna charge for it? You think?
I guess it's not. Well,
It's just for the people who had the expansion pass, got to test, like a reward for people. You
yeah, but
think?
I think I.
But
It's
it did
weird.
say a new
Yeah.
feature. It said to
Oh, I
play
was
test.
saying I think it's going to be integrated into the next console. I think it's going to be like Astro's Playroom type of deal, or PS3 Home, where it was like
Or we kind
already
of have like a, because it'd be like a hub with people.
right.
Um,
People were
that
talking
you
about Miiverse,
You think
where
it's
you
gonna be
can
like
see
integral to the operating system of the Switch too? You think?
If that's the case, that would be awesome.
that's
That
possible.
would
I
be
think that's the
that'd
best
be
way
way
to
better
go.
than I'm even thinking. I
Because
think
it
hope
that would
so.
be
sounds
the
I
like
hope
best
just
so.
way.
like a game you're gonna buy or download,
Yeah, I
and
guess so,
give
right?
you a reason to keep the Switch online. Another
Hmm.
Switch online, uh, maybe some perks to
Yeah, it's
having.
like remember how Miiverse sucked when you weren't online?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna force you to want to be online
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Yeah, but
That's
like it's almost it kind of. I mean, I read it, but I didn't quite comprehend it. But it kind of sounds like a almost like is it kind of like a hub? Like you have like Nintendo Land with you got some of the Mii's
that's what
around,
it
everyone
kind of
else around,
sounded like in a tweet I saw, but I didn't see any.
right? And then you kind of have like
Lenny said the four playroom.
it's
I
weird.
did a
Let me
video
look
on
it up
that years
again.
ago. Mrs. T in the playroom.
Let me see again because I need to see those what
People were doing
exactly is
some adult stuff on that playroom on the PS4.
Oh yeah, I remember
You
that.
remember that shit?
Yeah,
You deviants.
yeah. Yeah, so okay, so it does sound like it's kind of like a like one version is a Miiverse mix with PSN Home.
Mhm.
I mean, dude, if
That's
that is
probably
it,
not
Which
that.
is that? If
that'll be
that's the case,
pretty
That's a feature
phenomenal.
of it, right? The other part
that's
of it's
incredible.
the whole like the globe like working together
No, it's
thing.
it's different. It's different things coming together in one hub, and that's the
Do you
So
whole
think
let's
it's gonna be
see.
Miiverse.
like
So
kind of like the Splatoon hub area where you have actual people walking around and
okay, but that's why it sounds weird. So with
Yeah, I
this,
think it's gonna be something like that.
what was the
I
word?
think that's. I think people are instead of. I think Miiverse is the wrong word. I think it's Wada Wada Plaza
yeah.
is what. Like
Yeah,
You
or
think
like Nintendo
a
Land. Remember how
live Wada
Nintendo
Wada
Land? How
Plaza.
you
so you're
well, I
gonna be
guess
like,
Waddle
hey, let's go to the NES games and play some or N64 games or something. Let's go play some multiplayer, and you walk in there. You think it's gonna
Right.
be like that? Because that was
I
like
don't know.
cumbersome as shit on
Right now, when
the home.
I'm reading this, it does sound even way
Yeah,
different
home
from.
sucked ass. That's another thing. It
Air
just
says the
wasn't
notes
very.
talked about a real planet-sized world to explore.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, because that's why like this second
that's
photo I'm looking at says
that photo
like
of the globe.
throughout your adventure.
Are you on Reddit?
No, I'm on Twitter right now.
Oh, okay. I saw it on Reddit.
So I don't even know if I highly doubt they're
I
gonna
got the
somehow
Google
track
Doc
the
right
words.
here.
That they're gonna somehow track the words, but
Well, the
so
Google Doc is floating
you'll be
out there. That's
granted special tools as they're called beacons. I'm rewording it so they can just it somehow against.
I already went over
So,
it. I already read all this.
Oh,
oh, you did? Oh,
somebody
you read the whole thing. You
Yeah,
read the whole thing. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, not the whole thing, but a lot of it.
Oh, beacons will emit
somebody
signals
leaked some video. I'm
develops
gonna
the
share
land.
it.
No, not on the screen.
I'm putting it on the
Okay,
Oh
screen.
man,
okay. Let's see what it is. I hope it's something else. What is this? Oh, No
what is
Man's Sky.
this?
This ain't No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
The
This is it. This
Oh no,
is the game, people.
this
mm-hmm,
is the
sure.
Which one is this
Man, it looks
game?
fucking
What
incredible.
is
This
this?
has to be Switch too.
This is the
What is this game? I know
I've
this
seen
game.
this before,
It's
but
called
which game
Nintendo
was it?
Switch Online Feature Playtest.
Sure.
Is this the Hello Games thing? This is not the Hello Games thing, right?
Don't light any fires,
Yeah, it's the
Robert.
yeah
That's
his
your
new
hint.
game. What
Hello
is it?
Games.
That's the game.
Yeah,
That's
the
the hint.
guy
What's the hint?
light
The
my
hint was
fire.
don't
Or
light
whatever.
any fires.
Oh, so it's like
It's called Light No Fire.
Light No
Yeah,
Fire. Okay.
light my
But this is the
fire.
Hello Games game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the what's his name? The guy.
Planet-sized world dragons. This is
Yeah,
too good to
Planet
be.
Living.
Is this gonna work at launch like it's supposed to?
Hey, he had issues with his last game promise and stuff, so we'll wait and see. I think he learned his
That's
lesson.
hopefully it fooled somebody in the chat though.
But then yeah, then this is like something about a beacon, and then if people place it, it widens the land. It makes the land expand.
Oh, so it's Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And then it says, the whole idea is to fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and farm resources. That does not sound like a social hub, though. The last picture does. The last photo literally
No,
says,
there's different segments to the whole
Yeah.
thing.
the last section literally says, hey, like think of this as like as a special social. So maybe you know what? To be fair, maybe it's not just one. Like this section is for the potential UI. This other section is just to test out some server stuff that we're doing. This other section is just to depend. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's like multiple ideas that they're spitballing that they kind of need feedback on. You know? Maybe it's something like that.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I would love to see footage of this because I really don't understand
Are
this
these
whole
photos BS? They look
What?
like they're actually these are documented photos here. I got a bunch of photos.
No, but I need to see like video of like what that like this beacon thing looks so bizarre to me. Like I don't understand what I'm looking at.
I
Really.
know.
Yeah, it's they're trying to explain the concept, which you
See
can
Here,
what
explain
Retro
it
Death
in
could
a very
do is
clear way.
we could get in a private chat and he could share a screen so we could see it.
We don't even know who Retro.
Well, we can't do
Tech
that now because now we have evidence that
we just
talking
ratted his
about
ass out, man. We ratted his
Right.
ass out. We're not supposed to talk about Retro having it.
they don't know who Retro is.
Now he'll never show us.
Yeah.
Be like,
I ain't even gonna play on it with you, Retro. How about that? Because you don't want to tell us what's going on.
It'll be
Oh,
interesting.
by the way, in case you don't know, our dear Retro also was one of the play testers. I don't know if we mentioned that or not. But
Yeah, didn't say it specifically, but yeah. I don't know. OJ got in. He tweeted that he got accepted.
yeah, he got in. Yeah.
but it does. I don't think it starts today, does it?
I don't think so.
Like I think
it was like
details.
someone just
think it's
data
just a little
mined the freaking the download
Oh,
thing.
that's right. Someone data mined the whole thing. That's
We
right.
know.
All right, let me look that part up.
Okay,
There you go.
doesn't anyone know about data mining?
Oh, I heard a major. I saw a video. It was a major Switch 2 feature leaked in the Pokemon leaks and the Pokemon whatever. Not the leaked. They got
Come on.
phishing email or something. Some employee got hacked or whatever. And it was just, oh, the cartridges are using the same type of store memory. It was like, really? That's your big exclamation point. Switch 2 confirmed feature was that the cartridges are going to use the same memory that the Switch 1. It's like, fuck you. Why did I click on
the
that?
music. Did you guys hear the music?
And Nvidia's doing the
What
chipset.
music?
They leaked the music of the soundtrack.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
come on.
I don't know when
The
Nintendo's
game will
thinking
not
they're, like,
start if your
funny
membership has
requests.
ended. Your membership to Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack or Nintendo Switch Online. What? Oh, okay. Why won't the game start? These are reasons why. You may be in a location unstable network. The recommended environment is
Oh god,
TV
you gotta
mode
have good. Remember playing Mario
with
Maker
with
online?
wired internet connection.
That's what it said.
Yeah. You have to be. It says the recommended environment is TV mode with wired internet connection.
Fucking Nintendo, man.
They don't even make a console until recently.
That maybe
The
they should have said
Bluetooth
only
wire-
Switch OLED owners could
Right.
do the
Only
play test.
Switch
Then
OLED owners can use this shit because, and again, this is another reason. This is another thing pointing to Switch 2, because you can't expect people to have wired connections when you need to make a fucking console that gives you a wired connection.
they don't even have an official Ethernet adapter
Right.
for the Switch.
Right. So
They could
this
have-
has to be.
They could put an Ethernet in any Redbox Switch they've sold since 2019. Could have had an Ethernet port. Like they could have easily just changed that, and then half the people, 70 million people, Switch owners would have an Ethernet port on their system. But yeah, I think it's just it's a weird situation. It's like it's just
And that's why
this
I like
late in the Switch generation. Like it's obviously being tested on
Music
Switch.
sounds good, by the way.
Well, where else are you going to test it? You can't test it on Switch 2.
Yeah,
So you got to test it on
but
Switch.
I mean it's
And again,
obviously
they're using the same infrastructure for the
No, this
online.
music
So it's slapping.
They got some good music for this. This thing.
Is it as
Let
good
me
as
send-
EU music?
No,
Is
no,
that-
this is like this is good. Let me put this in the.
Is it a bop?
Well, I don't even know where I could put this. Well, it's just Reddit. I'm just gonna put this in the chat.
Link it in the chat.
Should I put in the chat, the YouTube chat?
just put in the team the
Yeah,
Google
put
chat.
it in our.
Oh, okay, right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then just click on the I don't know if you see it, but also click on the this is where it says no neatest of all the soundtrack has partially leaked. Sounds pretty good, man.
Where'd you put it? Oh, shit.
I didn't see it.
In the podcast voice audio chat.
Oh, in Discord.
Oh, Discord.
Dude, I like this.
Man.
I can't
this
go
is-
to that without switching.
Yeah,
the
I don't.
screen.
Yeah, I don't want to go to that. It might mess up everything. Why would you put it in there?
Oh, why? Well, you could click for sure, T. I know
Yeah,
for
I
sure. you
can't.
can-
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I could, but then
Oh.
people are gonna. It's gonna
Hold on, let me
make us
put in. Let me
disappear.
put in the Juice Loose shit.
So I think I don't remember exactly what we were talking about before, when you jumped in, but
I bet.
just something random. The Switch 2 reveal. Some people, I won't say any names, was pretty dead set that October was going to be. They're going to repeat history, and the Switch 2 reveals will be October. It's 8 years ago today, October 21st. The Switch 1 was the trailer was released. What do you think? Any chance you see this? We see the Switch 2 reveal this year at any point?
At this point, I've thought 100%, but like, I think Martin Luigi comes out. Oh, he's listening to some of the stuff. Are you listening to the first one, second one, third one?
First one.
I didn't hear too much of the first one. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
the second one is really good, and the third one's really good.
Yeah, I don't
This
see
one's
them.
really good, the first
I don't see them announcing the Switch 2 before Mario and Luigi comes out. After Mario
Yeah,
Party
that's it,
Jamboree
yeah.
just came out, it's getting really good reviews.
Really good. Yeah,
And,
it's not like the highest rated Mario Party right now.
They got
People really like
Switch bundles still that just came out. Mario Kart 8
That's the second one? You listen to the second one? That's a good one. I like that one. You gotta hear this, Juice.
It would come through the. It would come through the.
Soothing.
Oh, it would come through?
Yeah, my desktop audio.
Oh, shit.
I'll listen to it
what
later.
Sounds like Zora singing or something.
It's very like
This is very Nintendo,
chill
though. I like it.
Yeah, chill, but if some of you could rap on, to be honest.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, do you see Eminem? The crowd singing "Happy Birthday" to him the other day.
I didn't see, but I heard something
Who?
about that. But I didn't
The
see
crowd was singing "Happy Birthday" to Eminem at it. It didn't seem like a very big venue. I don't know where he was.
He was at some. I know he was recently at some like
Sounds like there was only like a
It's
couple
some
thousand,
Boston
maybe.
or it wasn't like it was like he
What
was
is he, 51 now?
there.
Oh,
He wasn't like doing a show. You get what I'm saying? Like,
But he
was just
did
there
start
performing.
performing after they sang him "Happy Birthday." He sang a few of his hits or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It's not singing. I don't know what you. How do you
Rapping.
rapping? He rapped a few of his hits.
Rapping was Mr. White Man.
No, I mean it's just
Yeah,
weird
for sure.
because I always talk. I always say singing anytime somebody's doing something live, like with their voice.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Blowing.
I didn't know if there was another term.
Performing.
That's a good one, performing. And yeah, it's just to me. I grew up watching bands and musicians, and so it's always
Yeah.
I just always find it weird
Performing
watching
his latest hits.
watching just like a rap artist or somebody just on stage with a microphone, with no band or
Yeah.
anything. It always looked weird to me, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah, Martin Luigi
Well,
comes
it's called
out
MCing.
November?
yeah, I think it's after or before,
I think
just
it's
before
November 7th.
Thanksgiving.
Is it like the first week or something like that?
I thought it was more later in the year, or later in the month, like 14th or 17th or something. But
Yeah, it probably is because to try to get it closer to the holiday, probably. Let's see.
and then
November.
after that, I think it's fair game for the Switch 2 reveal.
No,
'cause-
November 7th. That's the
Is
first
it?
week, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's a Thursday.
Probably-
What's
I'm
it-
just-
It's so weird.
I'm just gonna say next
think
year.
Thursday.
I think. And then the Pokemon thing said that
Making
initially
a tease and
the Zeta A game was supposed to be 2024 initially, and then
No, 2025. The ZA.
the internal leak thing that the hacker got
Oh.
said it was originally
I
supposed to
didn't
be
even
this
notice
year.
that. I didn't see that part.
They initially wanted it out this year, so
it's
maybe
weird
that'll
that
come out in
nothing-
January or February, and then they'll wait
That
till
means
after.
super early. Because Pokemon Company doesn't want to delay anything past probably a few
No.
weeks.
They get that. They
Even
got.
if it's total shit.
They have anything for this
Yeah.
year? Did they have like anything this year at all? DLC or anything?
No, which is good.
Nothing.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't need to, man.
that's just
They need to
rare
take
for
a
them.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess usually they'll have like even like a spin-off or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think they had
It's
anything.
surprising there's no like remake of an old Pokemon game or
And
something.
Yeah, I guess because they just had that.
They
remake. When
confirmed
was
the
it?
next
Wasn't it
gen, the next, what do they call it? Is it next generation when they even if
Gen
it's
10?
Yeah,
Gen 10? Yeah.
next-
Like,
Just
for
phrase it
example,
next
for
gen sounded a
Pokemon.
little weird, but yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
in development for
their
the Switch
next
2.
gen.
The
Yeah.
Gen 10 or 11, whatever they're up to, is definitely in development for the Switch 2. So They moved on.
Well,
Maybe they'll have some.
Was there a leak in there saying that ZA will be on Switch 2?
It didn't.
I don't know, did
I
it
didn't
say
see that specified.
Well, it's gonna play on Switch too.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're gonna,
Um,
kind of cross.
No, they'll do what they did with Black and what was it?
It's just gonna be a Switch
Black and
One
White.
game. Maybe they'll
It came out on DS and everybody was pissed off that it wasn't a 3DS game.
Yeah.
maybe they'll have a third edition. Or no, that doesn't gonna have. I don't think that's gonna have two versions. Maybe they'll have a second version on the Switch to re-release it. Yeah, I don't see them revealing the Switch 2 at the Game Awards because how much does that cost? What was that
Hell no.
breakdown?
Hell no.
For 30-second it was like 100,000. 60-second was 250, and like
I mean, Microsoft did it, but Nintendo's not doing it.
no,
They're
they're
not
not going to
there.
pay that kind of money to Jeff Keighley.
They would get less
Hey.
views that way too. To be honest with you, they
Yeah.
would get less eyes on it that way.
Just put it out on their YouTube channel.
Oh, which one are you hearing now?
Third one
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It almost has a little Splatoonishness to it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I miss about Splatoon is hearing some of the music. I haven't played Splatoon 2 in years.
Great.
There was some highlights.
I hope this is gonna be what I think it is.
Same here. Now, if I'm thinking what it is, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. That's
But
a
if it's
smart move for
not like
Nintendo.
a social
smart
hub
move.
sort of thing, then I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, it'll be pretty disappointing.
But
And this
if
is why
it's
they
like a
don't
social hub
people
type
talking
thing,
about it.
oh man,
Social
that'd
hub
be
is, because we all love our Miiverse. We just had a little jam session for Miiverse last week, so the memories and stuff. So if they can, do that and expand
Someone
it
just
into
actually leaked the footage.
footage.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready
Oh
to say?
man! Oh, here we go.
No, you can't.
Look at that.
Here we
Oh
go.
my god!
Look at
Holy
this.
shit! Damn, that's intense.
You got all the Nintendo icons.
It's gonna be a
You know
new.
what drives me crazy about these types of AI?
Look at that
Like
motherfucker.
they'll show like one, they'll show like Link, like they just did,
And it'll be a
and it'll
different
be a
one the next
completely
time.
different one
Look
in
at
the
that
next shot,
Kirby.
and it's like, I hate that shit.
That's a freaky
man.
Peach too.
I was gonna say Ness looks
Duck
pretty
Hunt.
weird.
I love Duck and Duck. Just literally.
Duck's mouth freaks
Duck
me
and
out,
Duck.
bro. There's a third Link
Captain
That's really
Falcon.
Captain Falcon.
that's supposed to be Captain Falcon. Yeah, it took me a while.
I'm
to
not
figure
sure
it
who
out.
that's supposed to.
Those are
Something
Meat
like
Fighters.
Oh,
I know.
Daisy's.
Lucina is-
Daisy,
Look
obviously.
at that fucking Yoshi.
Wait
Mega
till you
Man.
see,
Mega
Lucina.
Man. Mewtwo.
That's
stands
Mewtwo. Oh yeah,
Look at that.
Lucina, baby.
I've never seen Lucina like that.
There's T.
Wario. That's me.
That's funny.
That's my guy.
There's Robert.
There's Game Watch.
Oh man,
That's-
Jiggly
Remember
Wheel.
that random when we random and we all ended up with.
That was nuts.
But we figured out it's because we picked every character but that
Diddy
one.
Kong?
Yeah, but like I just can't comprehend that the game even
That
kept
looks-
track
It's
of that.
That's so weird. He's like holding the dog.
Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
almost like they were united. Oh, the mummy
Yeah.
one.
The
Whoever
bone.
does this channel, I mean, I could watch these all day.
Yeah, they're really addictive, and these guys make a lot of
It
money.
does
off
look
of
like-
things.
It's 50s. Like it looks
Yeah.
perfect. Like if you
50s
ever
era.
watched those fantasy films from back then, I mean,
That's
was-
why I know about AI, but I ain't against people making YouTube videos of AI shit like that. Okay.
it's only a problem when you're not gonna be
It
able
ain't
to tell
hurting
what's
anything.
real or what isn't, though. That's when it's
Yeah.
gonna be the problem.
Yeah.
They're gonna make people say shit.
Right now, you can tell, but
It's
at some point,
for those that have watched The Expanse. You know, there was a moment where somebody faked the one of the main characters saying something, taking credit for a terrorist attack, and everyone just believed it. And it's like, yeah, that
Yeah.
shit's gonna happen.
the world you live
Well,
in,
yeah,
how
that's-
could you believe that shit?
Well, unfortunately, yeah. There's we've already come to a point where like a lot of that shit you. Could
We're
just,
already there. We're already
Well,
there. I've already seen political stuff.
All right,
That's
let's see if you
AI
can
and
figure out
all
what
that.
this is based off without knowing.
I see.
The fuck?
T-
Oh,
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Look at that. That just looks like a real person, though. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Like a kid.
I don't remember the names of all. I haven't seen The Simpsons in
I don't
probably 10
remember that
years.
either.
Maggie looks very
There's
different.
Maggie.
man.
Is that the clown?
Is that supposed to
There's
be
Ned
Chris?
Flanders, Mr.
Oh my
Barnes, or
God,
not
Mr.
Barnes,
Bird,
Burns.
It's bizarre.
Barney.
Crazy.
Like, is none of it real or what? I don't understand.
It's
Like, there's
so
not.
weird.
Some of these just look like
None
real
of it's real,
people.
man.
No, it's all
Isn't that
AI.
crazy? Nuts.
The
But
cop.
think about it, like literally only
Oh.
last year it was
The
like way worse.
sisters. Abu.
Damn, who that?
Who is it?
Just wait for AI pawn when that
Yeah.
happens. It's gonna put a lot of people out of business, I think.
Oh, the OnlyFans is gonna go out of business. All the OnlyFans millions that are being made. Yeah, if they'll just have to go to a OnlyFans to
Not
get the
necessarily.
best AI.
Imagine you yourself could make yourself an AI,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
boom.
yeah. That's already. I
Now
saw an
you make
ad
money
for
off.
that.
Which
AI
people do that, to be
girlfriend.
fair, nowadays
like,
already, but not
what?
like to that degree.
AI girlfriend.
Plus, they got some pretty lifelike looking robots coming. Like,
Download your AI girlfriend today.
I'm telling you that Blade Runner 2049. It's funny watching like
Yeah.
attractive girls.
Yeah,
You knew
because
that was gonna
2049
happen.
is-
It was
Watching attractive
wasn't like-
women react to that, they're like, "Why? I don't understand. Why would you want that?" And it's like, of course you
I
don't
would get
understand.
myself a joy. You kidding me?
Like, come on. You never tell
get all the
me
good stuff without all the nagging and
you
shit.
never been lonely and I had to struggle to like meet somebody. Like that, I could see that.
It's some lonely folks out there.
The movie
Makes it
Her.
way easier.
The movie Her with
Her.
Joaquin. That's a good movie. Like,
Joaquin.
but it gets a little too crazy. Like her AI, her intelligence gets so ridiculous by the end of that movie. It's just crazy. But it's probably what
Those
would
movies
happen.
don't know where to go, and it always gets weird at the end.
Mhm. But yeah. Other than that, what other gaming news we got? I see. Saw Black Ops 6 trailer. When's that supposed to come out? November?
I thought that was October, actually.
Is
Isn't
it?
Like
Yeah,
this
it's
week?
October. It's October.
It might be right, like this Friday or something. Let me see. Black Ops 6, because they've been launching
You
October
can't watch
nowadays.
anything NFL. They're like in cahoots together. You can't watch anything with NFL without having
October
some Black
25th,
Ops
yeah.
pop up.
That's
Yeah.
this Friday.
Well, right now
Yeah,
it's a
it's
lot
just that's just
It does
something
not
that,
feel like
that they've been
October
doing
20 anything right now.
No, dude, it's
It's
71 degrees today. And last year
It was so
we had a
warm.
blizzard on Halloween that got a foot of snow and lost power in a lot of places because the trees all fell because the leaves were still on the trees. And it's like yesterday I was outside before the football game. I was like working on another subwoofer cabinet, and I was like, man, I don't even want to go inside. Like, it's so nice out. It was like perfect day. But anyway, it doesn't really feel like
No.
October yet. It's just crazy.
I went
Yeah,
outside
no,
and
really.
I was like, what? I thought
Yeah.
it was still in summer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was thinking maybe Clock said he'd be able to join next week. How do you guys feel about doing like a Halloween costume episode or dress up? I got a couple costumes.
Mine
that
got
hold
me.
I got a good
That's
one.
not Halloween Day, is
It's not gonna be
What
Halloween
is it?
Day, but it's gonna be the closest before.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it would be pretty
It'll
close.
be the
right? It'd
28th. I
28th.
have a
Close,
pretty good
close enough.
costume that I've used multiple times and it
Well,
usually does pretty well.
I have a costume I'm going to be using in a music video coming up, so
There you go.
that's what I'm going to be doing.
I'll probably just admit that I might just wear my Nest again from last year. But in the U.S. Oh man, I can't believe it's already been a year, man.
Crazy.
Since you're in Japan,
Yeah.
That's
Literally,
crazy,
actually,
ain't
dude.
I think today would have been the 1 year
That-
that I went.
Is literally the main reason I stopped going on vacations. The other reason was I hate spending.
expensive.
The hotel cost is the thing. If you got to rent a car, because if I'm gonna travel,
The flight cost is the biggest.
if
to
I
be
want to
honest
go
with you.
somewhere, I'm be going to sightseeing. I'm not gonna be like hanging out. Like if I go to California, I wanna. There's like multiple places across the state I'd like to see.
You want to be
yeah.
sightseeing while you're driving?
I mean, I want to
especially
get
if you
to
go
places.
Japan,
I don't want to
this
have to
train,
worry about
there's-
getting relying on public transport or we don't
If
even
you're in
have.
Japan though, man.
Yeah,
forget
Japan would
about
be fine.
driving.
Yeah, but the thing is, is I would go somewhere, like I remember this one time I went hiking in Colorado. I probably had the picture somewhere, and did this hike, and at the top was the most amazing view of my life, like I've ever seen. And I was like, God, this is just awesome. And the next thing I know, I was like, oh, God, it's been 2 years since I've been there. I look at the photo, it doesn't even come close to doing it justice. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's all I got left. Like, I barely remember anything other than that mountain
Yeah.
view, and I have a few
But
photos
that's why
of
I'm
it.
glad, at least
Big
for
video.
this past year, anytime I try, I recorded it. I
Yeah.
have these vlogs,
See, this
these
was
longer
before,
20,
like,
30-minute stuff that I can kind of rewatch. Which
that's,
admittedly, I literally rewatched one of them like yesterday because I was getting very nostalgic for 1 year ago, and it was because I was watching some other dude in Japan. I'm like, dang, I want to be back, and then I had to rewatch one of my videos. It's like,
oops.
oh man, that was such a great time. So unfortunate. Just time flies, man. I think we saw each other what 5 months ago.
Told you, the older you
So
get,
this
the faster
is
time
the
goes
this
by.
was
I was in it like 5
2004.
months.
2004, went to
That's
a Broncos
crazy.
game. They played the Panthers. My brother bought this Jake Cutler shirt, and let's see if I can.
So when was this? What year was this?
2004.
Bears.
2004.
It was a
Holy
good
shit,
time. It
dude.
was October, so it was. I gotta be able to change the slide without clicking off the screen. Now, tell me how I can do that, because every time I click off, then people can't see watching.
Oh really?
Yeah, I have to. It's weird.
You have to click and click.
If I click on a different monitor, then it makes it disappear off the Discord. So it's annoying. So there's downtown Denver. But I'll get to the mountain pick here. There's from the stadium. We were at the last row. I was like, those were some steep ass stairs too.
Mile high.
Yeah, that is steep.
And yeah, you get winded. So there's my brother. I'm kind of hiding.
you got
You got a photo
You're
bomb.
Look at this guy.
There you go.
2004,
Nice.
20 years ago.
That's your
Oh,
brother,
wow.
you said?
Mm-hmm.
You really, yeah. I mean, you really do look alike. It's
You
crazy.
guys look alike.
All right, so this is the hikes at the base of the hike, and I'm like, oh, this is all right.
That alone looks awesome.
I was like, this is all right. I felt there was no other people. There was like, it totally exposed. If a mountain lion wanted us, it would have got us. There's nothing we could have done. Like,
Are
there,
there
it
mountain
was,
lions there?
oh yeah, every year somebody
really?
gets killed from mountain lions. So
Really?
this is the
Damn.
top. This was
Look
the
at that.
view
Holy
from the
shit, that
top,
looks
and this
amazing.
it looks like this is just right close. This was so
Every year
far.
somebody-
These
white guys.
these white cap or these cap
Ain't no
mountains.
brothers that they getting killed. That's
Yeah. No, there's they're pretty diverse in Colorado.
No, I'm not saying there's no white. I'm not saying there's no black people there. We just ain't in the goddamn woods. That's,
There, yeah.
that's
When you
what
go,
we don't-
everybody hikes
That's what
though.
we
It's
don't
like if you're gonna live there, you're gonna. So
That
this
looks
just
that's
it looks
the Vulcan
amazing,
right
but
there.
like those were miles away. Like it looks so close in this
yeah,
photo.
it doesn't do it justice. It doesn't do it justice.
It
for
was just
sure.
like the
Damn.
like this valley, like that was miles and miles, like hundreds of miles probably to that other peak. It's just crazy.
For sure, yeah.
And it wasn't even that bad of a hike. Like it was just very gradual. And then there was a lake on top. It was just amazing. And I'm like, that's all I got left of it. Is this? Oh, there
It's
I
still
am
there.
again.
You can go back.
I can, but
It's
I'm just
still there.
saying. To me, it's like
I don't know if you got any snow up there.
I'm
anymore,
glad I
but-
went, but at the same time, I was like, I just don't know. It's like they just boiled down to just a blip in my memory and some photos.
Yeah, I do get that. I do. But that's why, like, at least for me, like, now that I'm just kind of recording stuff, it's at least a lot more. You see moving stuff, and you
I
kind
kind of look like the dude from Final Destination, Devin, whatever his name is. Kind of, I guess. I was a little more buff back then, I think.
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't.
You haven't seen Final Destination?
No,
It's a good movie.
not yet.
What?
Maybe one day.
I saw that on a date with a girl. She just was not having that movie. I loved it, and she just wanted nothing to do with it. She was not liking the movie. I'm like, oh, that was awkward.
Isn't there like 8 of them? Final 8 or something like
6, I think.
5?
There's
What did she have against that movie?
she just didn't like it. It was up
I'm not
in
gonna act like it was great cinema or anything.
no, but it was. I thought it was
a
fun.
fun
and
watch.
It was
Yeah.
just like sometimes your memory plays tricks, and I can't remember.
And they made 6 of them bitches, didn't they? 5
It
or
got
6
a
of them.
little ridiculous. I got the first 3, and then I stopped. I don't even know if I watched the 4th one, but um,
A girl that was in my vampire movie played in part 5, actually.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is cool.
He was a tiny part. He wasn't like
Hey, but
one of the main characters. But hey,
in the movie,
I
you go
dated
to
a girl that
IMDb,
was in The
you
Dark Knight.
can link her. You can link her to my
There you go.
movie if you go to IMDb. So it's pretty cool.
I
There you
dated
go.
this girl. She was She was an actress. She was in The Dark Knight. I just rewatched that movie this year, and I couldn't. I forgot what scene she was in. She's in the background somewhere.
Is she an extra?
She was just
She's
an extra. She lived in Chicago and did the call
Yeah, that's
for
my thing is
extras.
that being an extra would be a lot of fun and really damn cool. But I want to go around being saying like
She's like, I'm an actor. What have
I
you
was
been
in
in?
this,
I was in The Dark
yeah.
Knight. She was like so confident in it, and I was like, really?
Uh,
And it was just bullshit.
Yeah.
you can say I was an extra in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You know.
And then turns out
But is
she
it-
was part time working at a coffee shop and wasn't even practicing. I think I told you this story, Robert. She wasn't even going to Grand Rapids and like going to, what do they call those? Like an acting, like a club where they just practice for free. It's just like a little group that get together a certain day a week and they just hone their skills. Wasn't even doing any of that, but just going around telling people she was an actor. Anybody that would ask her.
I once worked on a film with Mark Margolis of Breaking Bad fame and Oba Babatunde. No, I actually did.
Oh yeah.
In a movie with those guys, yeah. And I talked to both of them. I got them coffee, and
That's cool.
they were very cool. Actually, rest in peace to Mark Margolis. He passed away. You might know him from the guy in the wheelchair and the old guy in Breaking Bad.
I didn't watch it all Breaking Bad. I don't even remember.
Oh, okay, well, you know him from Ace Ventura. He was Ace Ventura's landlord, Mr.
I do know that.
Shikadance.
I definitely know that. Yeah.
When
That's
he
funny.
said, Ventura? Yes, Satan? Oh, I thought you were somebody else. That scene. But yeah,
That's
Mark
very cool.
Margolis.
Yeah, so it's been a year since you've been to Japan. See how quick that goes by? It's been a year since I got my second cat. Like, literally been a year. Yeah, like Friday was a year, or Saturday. And I'm
Yeah,
like...
well, it's been 28 years since I graduated high school. How about that?
That's crazy.
Let's
for me,
let me do the math. 97,
No.
so I've been 27 years.
Yeah,
For
you're
me,
right
it's
behind
been,
me.
I think, like 7 years. Oh yeah, because that's when the Switch came out, was 2017. So it'd be like 7 years. I know that is compared to that, but it sounds like forever. It's been like 7 years.
Yeah, it sounds like,
Mhm.
it does sound like when you're, 7 years
Yep.
is almost half your life.
Well,
Well,
remember-
at least
Remember being
a third of
excited
your life.
for the Switch reveal 8 years ago today? We were just like, oh my god, the Switch reveal, oh my god. I remember did a reaction
Yeah.
afterwards, and I forget who was on. Somebody
Freaking out and
that
shit.
was like so...
I remember we did.
I invited
Oh, yeah?
somebody who did videos, and he was funny, but he was so like... He had nothing to say, and I was like, the only time... You remember who that was?
I remember we
I
did a
remember- I remember you
podcast.
talking about
I remember
him
we did a podcast.
Was it
Are you talking about
Nintendo
the one
Ultra or
where-
something? Or...
Well, we did one with Nintendo Ultra.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was,
Nintendo
it was
Ultra.
that podcast, but I didn't think it was one. It was like it was a podcast, and it was.
We
he
did
came
after
on,
the
he was
Switch
like-
reveal.
Super dry, and I'm like, "Where's that crazy?"
Yeah.
Because I did other...
We
I
see
think...
videos jumping and shit all the time.
I don't know if I did
Uh-huh.
anything else with them. If we had any other previous like podcasts or anything, I think so. And maybe
I don't know if you did it. I don't.
And
I
I
remember.
was just like,
I mean,
bro,
I know
man,
he
what-
would be under my comment section and stuff, but I don't remember.
he
Like,
sounds
talking
so
to him other than the
uninterested. Like he had nothing to say. It was just weird.
Like, why you come?
Wasn't he the one that turned like his channel into like super religious stuff? I think that was
Yeah,
him.
it was something about
Nintendo
like
Ultra did. Yeah.
religion and like
Mhm.
very, some society thing and
Weird.
That's what
That-
happens.
8 years.
Sometimes, yeah.
yeah. I mean, he was also around my age, I think. Like
Yeah,
he
you
was.
get- He might have been a
He
little
was-
older than you.
He might. Yeah, I think he was a few years older than me.
Yeah.
So but by now maybe he is more like maybe he was actually closer to Terrell than me. Maybe he was or right in between something like that.
Hey, it's like
Not
you
too sure.
between you and Terrell.
I mean,
Something
it's
like
been
that. And then
you know,
and but yeah, I do remember that. That was like what 6, 7, 8 of us in that
Mhm.
podcast.
Yeah, I remember that podcast. I wasn't in there, but I
Oh, you were
remember
at that.
You were on
No.
vacation, weren't you?
Yeah,
Because Robert had to pre-order for
yeah.
you.
He had to pre-order it for me on
Oh,
Amazon.
that's
Was it Amazon? I gave you my Amazon
Wasn't the
account.
the pre-order was
that was
the
October?
January
Wasn't that
event.
the January?
That was a
That was in
January
that was
event.
in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're probably just doing something the other day.
Yeah, I must have just missed it for some reason. Who knows?
It
Wow.
must have been very important because you never miss. You know, you
2016.
Mhm.
how often you'd be on the toilet
Yeah.
and like remember in the bathroom of like your mom's.
He was
or
probably
something
playing
like
Color Splash somewhere.
that?
I just had a feeling they were gonna wait till after Color Splash came out, and that's what I based my prediction on.
And you're right there, and so that's why I think there's a good chance the Mario and Luigi same thing. You know.
Yeah,
Other than that, they got nothing else after that.
Well, I don't.
I mean
think
they got
you
games
can't-
next year,
You
but
can't make a rule out of that because
No.
we're talking about the fucking Wii U. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Wii U is already dead.
they
to
still got
rights
games
at
coming
that
out
point.
next year. So at some point they got to reveal it before all the games are out.
I still think it'll be this year though. Like
people
even if
kill
it's
me when they
December,
talk about Nintendo.
mid-December.
Nah, I don't think
Well,
they'll do
they-
it December.
They did this before, and they didn't like.
They'll wait till all the
Nintendo
holiday
did
sales
rule.
are over. I'd
Yeah, so
say
you think it's gonna be
January,
next year?
February. Yep.
I think
Maybe
it
even-
Damn.
the
Too far
best shot
away.
you got is some kind of a tease, you know, in December.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. You're
And
not
they
gonna
didn't even
get-
do a
full-on
mainline
reveal.
direct in September. They really.
Well, that's why I thought that meant there was gonna be
Yeah.
the Switch.
I think
true
that's what
reveal pretty
Sandstorm
big
was
soon.
kind of banking on. Once September ended, he's like, "All right, no Switch direct."
Hey man,
or-
he's still got 10 more days. If it's
Yeah,
not,
they could
he's about
announce
to
it
be like, "Hey,
tomorrow."
I'm sorry, Sandstorm.
I think they've been pretty busy. I don't think they're gonna announce it. With this
No, they just
playtest
released
shit going on.
Alarmo. They got games
They're
coming
doing
out.
the
They got
play
no
test.
reason to.
Yeah,
reveal the Switch,
You're
Oh, yeah,
muddy in the
I
waters
don't know if you
here.
can see right here. It's the alarm.
I wouldn't even be
Yeah.
surprised if they wait till March. I think the system's coming out late 2025, so I think March could be the reveal.
Late 2025.
Mhm. September at the
How late are we
earliest.
talking? How late?
September,
Are
October, November, one of those.
you talking? Really?
That
I
bit's
think-
dropping
I think-
before May.
I think it's September at the latest.
September
latest.
at the late. Man, y'all
Way
all
latest.
tripping.
I think it's the way latest.
Let me make a bet, and you have to buy my Switch too.
Whoa, that's a big.
Yeah.
That's a massive.
Y'all tripping.
When do you think it's coming
when
out?
When do you think it releases?
It's gonna be out before May or by May.
That's what I'm saying. No, I agree with you, but that's what I mean.
He's
like,
saying at the
September's
latest.
way latest.
I'm saying
Way
September at
latest.
the
that's-
earliest.
That's
I
nonsense.
don't even think it's gonna be that, but like that's like if for some reason like the last minute would be September.
You know what? I think we
I
just
just
need to jump on the Miiverse thing because we're losing viewers, so we just got to scroll through some artwork. I think. Like last week.
No, before we do that,
I'm just kidding.
yeah. Before I'm trying to say the same thing. There was this Sean Layden thing that was pretty interesting. Although Ayers just laid that out. I don't know if you got wind of his interview or whatever it is. Yes.
Oh yeah, he's talk now that he's not in charge, but
Yeah,
he
I'm
started a lot of this down this path.
This is what kills me.
He
It
was
like,
during that
oh,
era of the
you
most
got the-
boring on
You had a
stage.
chance to actually do something about these things. That's what kills me, like a politician and stuff. And when they announce that they're not running again, or when they're completely out, then they got all this stuff. You had. Why didn't you talk this shit when you were in office, when you could actually have done something? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying about him. It's like, and
What do you mean?
another thing. Aren't you kind of compromised? Aren't you like a consultant for Tencent? Get the fuck out of here with this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Asian market is the net. I'm like, come on, bruh. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong about that, but you're compromised. So him talking about, the future
It's-
is the Asian market. And
Man,
blah,
you're
blah, blah. It's
talking-
not Western
Why I
games.
see him
And,
say
and I'm like,
that-
oh, are you getting paid to say that, or is that what you truly believe?
well, I see
I'm-
he's saying that he's talking about like double A is gone and that's not a good thing,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But like
Because
that is technically a part of his fault. Like it's
yeah,
Mhm.
you're a big reason for that.
What did they
and
call?
you were literally a part of one of the biggest companies, man. I don't know what to tell you.
What did RGT call Sonic Forces? Middleware.
Middleware.
Nothing wrong with middleware. I'd rather have. I mean, I don't like the term
Shittleware.
middleware. I like double A.
I
Just
can't-
Middleware
even
sounds
middleware.
middleware sounds bad. Like
It
that's
does.
not even a good name for
As shittaware.
But
Well,
Hey,
Nintendo,
that's why I
That's
just
what
they have
Midway
the
was
they
supposed to
have
be.
it
That's
right
why
there,
they
the
call
double A.
themselves Midway, because they were midway between, lower tier games and AAA. That's what Midway was about. We don't have a Midway anymore. We don't
Yeah,
have
see,
an Acclaim even. Like,
it's
whose
crazy
fault is
because
that?
it's not
when he
some of the.
left in 2019,
Yeah,
he literally was a part of every
Hmm.
single little
yeah,
thing about it.
Some of the biggest
yeah. You want to have
games of all time were just small indie games, or weren't like no one thought Among Us was gonna be
yeah.
huge.
There's still a company, a big company making uh double A games. And it's called Nintendo.
Hmm.
Like, but nobody wants to acknowledge them for whatever. Oh, double A's is dead. Well, yeah. Well, Nintendo makes double A games all the
Well, that's
time.
the thing is that they'll be like, Astrobot is saved. See, this is what they need to do, and it's like,
I would have been
what
saying that
Nintendo's been doing? Come on
this is
now, like, what are
something
you
new
talking?
and shit. They be killing me with this shit. They kill me with this.
Like, bro, like, shout out to Astrobot, but at the same time, they're following Nintendo's footsteps in terms of what they've been doing. It's
Astrobot
like, yeah, of
probably
course.
still costs more than Tears of the Kingdom somehow. I don't know. Probably not, but
Astrobot?
yeah.
You're probably
They don't have
close.
any voice
Uh,
acting. They don't have motion capture for your.
oh, like how much? Yeah,
I
no,
don't think it
absolutely,
costs
yeah, yeah.
money wise as much, but it's
I'm sure
probably
somehow though, yeah,
it's probably up there
crawled
though
up.
with Nintendo with the
Yeah.
A
Nintendo
lot of
budget.
this money that go into these budgets is wasted money, like
And
overcharged nonsense.
you probably haven't heard. There's another game. Bandai Namco released a game, and it's another
Well, yeah,
100.
there's a company that makes middleware, or excuse
There's
me,
this game called Awakening
double
9 that they've modeled the
I don't
main
know, yeah.
character off of the girl from The Witcher. I forget what character she
I didn't know
played.
that was Bandai though. I wasn't too sure
Yennefer,
who
the
released it.
actress, and its
Yeah.
peak player was 130 on Steam. Like it's just they had no
130
advertising
people?
for it, but it's like IGN gave it a 5 and they gave everything like a 7 or above. So everyone's saying it's a trash game.
Jeez. Well, what was that game before that? Was a
I do want to play that game though.
PS5 exclusive, that samurai game. Was that them?
Right?
You
No,
talking
it's
Rise of Ronin?
Tecmo.
Yeah,
Tecmo.
that's
Okay.
Bandai,
Samurai.
they also they're forcing their employees to quit by putting them in empty rooms and
Oh yeah,
with nothing to
that was
do
bizarre.
because there's a loophole that they can't fire somebody, but they can force them into a room with white walls and nothing,
Yeah,
and make them
they
quit.
call it they call it, what do they call it? It's a something room. It's a there's like a with the wall view.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
what
they call it. I know what you're talking about, but it's so funny because I'm like,
That happened to Gunpei Yokoi, the creator of the Game Boy.
really?
Yeah, after Virtual Boy, for whatever fucking reason, Nintendo basically blamed him, like it was his fault. His Virtual Boy was going to be amazing, but they wanted to rush and put some hardware in the market because the N64 got delayed. So they made this guy rush out some shit that he didn't want to put out, and Virtual Boy was a disaster. And so they gave him one of those offices basically,
And
and then he went to Wonder Swan. Who made Wonder Swan? Can't remember the company.
Isn't it
that made
Bandai
Wonder
who did
Swan.
Elden Ring?
Uh,
Isn't
yeah,
yeah,
why the fuck are they like?
Wonder Swan. But then that's when he got hit by a car on his way to work.
Oh
He
really?
died.
oh, that's right. Yeah,
So I blame Nintendo for what happened to Gunpei Yokoi because he wouldn't have been on that route to
Mhm.
it was
ride his
Bandai.
bike if he was still working for
It was
Nintendo.
Bandai that
But
went
they
this
were
far.
down. They like got rid of like hundreds of employees, and it's like the point I was getting to is you can't just release a AA game that if it's absolute trash and you have no marketing for it, then you might as well not even make it. Like, it's just
Yeah, but that one I don't.
Not
That's not even
necessarily.
that one's
Not
not even a double A game. To be honest with
In
you,
today's era, there's ways to market without blowing your fucking budget.
yeah, but I mean, it's got to be a good game. It can't be some
Yeah, well,
just
I was gonna say, if
garbage
the
ass
game is good,
Yeah,
gamers will find it.
it
You know
it
what I'm
would
saying?
suck if a good game only had 131.
Yeah.
But the fact everyone's like, this
Like,
game
be a
is like
double A
just
game and be
atrocious.
trash. I mean, I can't feel sorry for you if your
to
game
be
isn't
honest
good.
with you, this isn't even. I'm thinking of a different game.
It's
when I'm
called
looking at this game.
Awakening 9, but they hired whatever the actress name is, and
Okay,
it's
yeah.
motion captioned
sorry.
voice acting, so
I was
it
gonna
probably
say that
had a
didn't
good,
sound right.
probably spent way more money. But
And
Well, no, this is not no cheap
FromSoft
game.
developed Elden Ring. Bandai just published it. I was gonna say that.
That's
So yeah,
true.
but they published it.
I'm sure they made a lot of money.
They made
off
a
it.
lot of money off that. You know what I mean?
But whatever that
Well,
game
no,
was
I was
called, it's
just, I
like
was
a
just stuck on
Forspoken,
Bandai made it. That's what I was.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no. Like Bandai published it.
They
just like
published it.
Activision published Sekiro. But it's like
Yeah.
they must. I actually now think about it. Yeah, it probably was a bigger budget. But why not? They probably didn't market it because they already knew it was trash and they already lost it. I'm just guessing. Who knew it even came out? I just saw
Well, also
reviews for it.
that name, Unknown Nine Awakening. I don't know how you're gonna find. I don't know. Just
Somebody,
the name
I
of
forgot
it.
who said this. I was watching a video, I think earlier, when somebody was like, "Is it more sensible to to make $100 million game and bank all your basically your studio's life on that, or make 10 $10 million games?" And I'm like, I'd rather you make 10 $10 million games,
Mm-hmm.
or at least
Mhm.
five
20 million.
five $20 million games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think that's the route you should be going, and stop trying to,
Well, look at this Unknown. Like, I mean, it. When you look at it, it's realistically, it's chasing that more realistic visuals, and it's this third person
It's a
action game
Forspoken-ish
with,
looking.
with the name like Unknown Nine Awakening.
which is
I
not a
just
good
don't
name.
like. I don't see how that's gonna stand out of the crowd.
It's not a good
You know?
name.
Like it's a bad name, and it looks generic. It looks like a lot of other games that are
Well,
out.
the
It looks
name is
realistic.
generic.
Actually,
Unknown
visually,
Nine
I'm
Awakening?
surprised. It looks like they put some money into the whatever graphics engine they use.
Absolutely, which is
Reflector.
unnecessary.
But it's like maybe they just said, you know what, this game is not turning out. Why we can dump 100 million into advertising or whatever, or 50 million, or we can just put it out. So
You hope for the best. Hope
It
we get
sucks.
at least break even,
now, like
and you're not breaking even.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, that's a shame that people didn't buy that game. Like,
Well, again, they decided not to put that bitch on Steam. That was on them. They took, did they take? They took Epic money. I think
For
it was
that
only on
game?
the Epic store. Yeah.
that's weird.
And they in their own shit, their own setup. Ubisoft's own, I forget what it's called.
It's on Steam. It's got a rating.
It wasn't in the beginning though, because that's why I was gonna buy it. Is it on Steam right now? I didn't. They must have just put
August
it on.
8th. August 8th, they released it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, like,
They
not to-
killed, 80% of their potential sales,
and
but not
Yeah,
putting
I mean-
it on Steam.
That's one though that I feel like we gotta see like a little bit more because they haven't even updated like any numbers with that game, which I guess to be fair is not a good thing. But,
I'm telling you
Right,
right
like, if it
now,
was great, they would tell you what the numbers were right away.
Yeah.
if you were praising Metroid Dread for how great it is, and you haven't played this game, then I mean it's the same. To me, it's in the same.
Yeah.
It's
well,
in
I'm
the
going
same
to play
plane.
it in a few
I
years.
just couldn't play it on my Steam Deck, so that's why
I will
wanna buy it.
say I don't like the art style at all, but the game's so good.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not in love with the art style.
No,
either.
but the game's so good that it's like, it's just, it's sad that, people are.
Well, but also unfortunately, I mean, it's tough, man, because there's so many games out every week in the world. Like it.
But this
from
was
all shapes and sizes.
Was this a
And, you
January
can
or
say
something release?
it was January, but there's especially games are different from like other things like movies and stuff where that's why you kind of gotta see the longevity of it, because if you notice video games are one of those things because they're longer, because they're that a lot of these games can become evergreen where they'll sell like over time. Maybe Prince of Persia will be one of them. We don't know. It's
And if
too early to say,
I
but-
bought it on a sale price. I forget what I paid for it, 30 or 40. And I'm like, I'm like struggling to want to play Echoes of Wisdom now that I'm getting into Lost Crown. I'm like, God damn.
What?
Like, this game is but it's huge. I was surprised a couple hours, 3 hours in, I think. The map just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'm like, it's definitely daunting too.
I'm surprised you didn't finish, because now you're like going from Astrobot to Echoes of Wisdom to Prince of Persia. I'm surprised you didn't finish one of them. first, and then move on.
I like on 2 different systems. I don't mind jumping back and forth between 2 games.
3
And
different
two
systems.
other
Oh,
games
because they're both there.
at once, like me, Echoes, which is fantastic.
It's so good. Like
It is really
Oh,
good.
you're playing it right now, T?
Yeah, I'm playing it too.
Retro and I had another heated. I mean, after the podcast, I don't know why. I don't know if it's a language barrier. Yes, the Link to the Past map, if you line it up, fits in the middle. It's about 20% of the overall map. And yes, there's a lake with an island, and the little bit of Zora River from A Link to the Past is in there. But then there's like just so much more to it. Like, yeah. So it's just a weird argument to even have made.
There's similarities, but it is a very different game.
Like literally, if you look at the overlay, it's about 20%. It looks like about 5 times more is not A Link to the Past, and the stuff that's in the Link to the Past overlay is changed. Like Kakariko looks nothing like Kakariko. They added a damn ranch. Yeah, there's the temple to the east of Hyrule Castles. Getting to that's very similar. But it's
like saying Lon Lon Ranch.
I wouldn't even have brought, honestly, if he hadn't said
like
nothing, I wouldn't even brought up. I would have said, oh, there's a few Link to the Past nods in there. That's what I would have said. Not, it's the exact same map. That just blew my mind. It's not. There are definitely a lot more similarities within that section. That
who is that guy at Xbox that said that about Banjo?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it was somebody up too high. But yeah, somebody said that
we'll see.
Nobody cares about Banjo or something.
Why are you saying anything? You don't got control of shit. Like you have no say in anything anyway.
You don't think a Banjo game on the Switch would
that's actually pretty. It's Aaron Greenberg said that apparently.
Did he?
No, that wasn't Aaron Greenberg.
Aaron Greenberg has clarified a controversial comment made about the franchise.
He's clarified? Is what it said?
He's clarified. Well, maybe because he clarified someone else's. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think he said it. He might be clarifying what the other guy said, which he's just doing cleanup at that point because he said some bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna say Banjo game gonna come out and
it ain't gonna sell no
10 million copies, but 1 million, 2 million.
If you put that bitch out, especially if you put it on Switch, where the most of the
apparently it's Greenberg. Apparently it's Greenberg.
It was Greenberg.
Nope, maybe
at
Xbox Core.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, Greenberg reportedly said nobody cares about Banjo-Kazooie. In a response, shouted it out when the audience was asked about game franchises they'd like to see a comeback.
Well, you got to realize these are the same motherfuckers that thought they were getting Donkey Kong when they bought Rare. These dumbass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So you got to see who you're dealing with.
He probably just meant nobody at Xbox cares. Nobody.
Yeah. Nobody cared about Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Yeah,
that's a very high up. That's a very high up though.
Then somebody replied to him by showing the reveal for Smash, the Banjo reveal, the reaction by the crowd.
Yeah, like people were crying on stream over that shit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Nobody cares.
Yeah, you don't have to say nobody cares, but then Nintendo themselves are gonna approach you and say, "Hey, a lot of people have been asking about this. Can we help? Can we work something out?"
Ask about Banjo every goddamn year. It's almost to the point of Mother 3.
Has Playtonics announced a new game anytime recently?
Yeah. Maybe they're working on it. Go to Playtonic and be like, hey guys.
Well, they've been working on a remaster.
We'll give you here's 10 million. Make us a new Banjo-Kazooie. Like, you don't think people would lose their mind over that shit? I know I would. Yeah. Are you crazy?
I think they'd rather have Nintendo make it, but
dude, that's hilarious. I didn't know that he said that.
I'm telling you, man. From my experience, executives don't have their hand on the pulse of what like consumers want.
But he don't control who makes fucking games and shit. But
I think he would know though. Like,
you think he would know better? But okay, why the fuck are you making a Perfect Dark?
Yeah, that's even less popular.
Less care.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
And spending so much money on it.
Oh yeah.
You can make
the quadruple
people care.
Budget.
That's the point. Yeah. That's the problem with these fucking executives. The point is you can make people care, even if you don't think people care about that. You know you have an IP with a name. Make people care about it. That's your job, motherfucker. Like, you just think you just make a product and everybody's supposed to jump and dip and fly and flip to buy your product and shit. No, you gotta make people want that shit.
And you know what's
Yeah.
funny is that literally the next day they announced Banjo-Tooie for the Nintendo Switch Online. People go, "Oh yes, hello, let's go!" And it's just like, are they just blind to everything that everything that's been said? Oh,
Yeah, like he gets
that's
harassed all the time.
$30 million dollar, yeah, 30 million copies sold of Smash Ultimate. Ignore that and
Somehow
Banjo
airs.
Kazooie, those two games were two of the top selling N64 games. Like, what do you mean nobody cares? Oh, by the way, Nintendo 64 is one of the most beloved fucking consoles ever. So what are you talking about? Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
What do you mean
Why'd you buy
airs? He was
Rare
the
if
lowest
nobody
received
cares,
Smash
motherfucker?
character in the Smash community, or just
Why did Xbox buy Rare if nobody cares about Banjo Kazooie? Because I remember them being in that reel when y'all was shitting green all over it. I remember Banjo Kazooie running around in renders and shit. You cared about it then? Fuck out of here,
So
man.
why do they think no one cares about Banjo, but everyone cares about Pentiment? Everyone cares about Grounded? Like all these games that just come
Right.
out. Like,
Oh,
why
yeah,
do
because
you
nobody
agree?
cared about Pentiment or Grounded. But look at the fucking sales on Grounded, especially. Like,
But
you
like,
make
why?
people care.
Like you make people care. Yeah, like how do you make it where it's like a new?
Yeah.
Why would you make any new IP ever then? Because no one cares
Right.
about that new IP. Yeah, so it's like,
And you have an IP with the name. You already have
Yeah.
a name. You already got name recognition. You can build up from that
Exactly.
instead of starting from the ground like you did with Grounded, motherfucker. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? These executives, man, they don't want to do any work. They just want you to buy
Bizarre.
their shit.
Of course, this is just a bunch of diehard Nintendo fans.
Well, yeah,
this
this
is the Nintendo. Yeah.
It's still cool to watch this.
yeah, this is great. I remember this.
This
review.
is-
Like, I lost my freaking mind.
I wonder how many of these kids actually care about
Did I see a
Banjo.
puzzle piece? Did I see a puzzle piece? I was like, oh, what King K. Rool in this thing? What does this mean? And then they did this. They did that shit had me dying.
They did the troll initially
Yeah,
with
they
King
did
K.
the
Rool.
troll.
Yes, the troll. It was Duck Hunt Dog. That was great.
See, did people realize yet? I forgot
was
about
great.
this. I completely
And then
forgot.
he laughed.
So good.
Did
It's
the
so
Duck
good.
Hunt laugh. And then bam. Oh man, it's giving me
I did not
teary-eyed
like.
watching this
I
shit
did
now.
not like playing as him, but it was a cool reveal.
Oh,
And that's just the difference between Nintendo
look how good he
and,
looks.
and
Look how good he
Microsoft,
looks in
man.
Smash. They look so good, man.
So, what do you think?
Can we?
That's someone like that's for someone like Sakurai who understands like audiences and gaming as a whole.
Who do you think's
compared
another
to-
like
compared
big
to,
character
like,
reveal that might have got a reaction?
Was it?
What do you think's like a bigger character reveal that might have got a bigger reaction for
Sora
Smash?
probably.
Who?
Sora for Kingdom Hearts.
Sora.
People went crazy for Sora.
Nobody cares about Sora. I'm an executive, and I say so.
Way less. Banjo had 4 something million views on GameSpot, and Sora has 2.5.
I'm telling you, Sora was a bigger thing though.
No. We're not saying it's not. The point is,
I'm
look
just
at
going off
the
of like,
reaction. Look at all the people who were excited for Banjo.
I don't even know if this is
two of the
Sora.
best games. Oh, why did you put Banjo-Tooie on? Why did you allow Banjo-Tooie to be on N64?
Oh, is this
Just
the
go
everybody's
real
here?
Why
Yeah.
did
This-
you
This
do
was
it
an
on Netflix?
insane.
Yeah,
This
this was the
insane
everyone's
that-
here.
Yeah.
I think it gets with Snake is when people really got excited.
Yeah. Snake was like, holy shit!
Was it-
Everyone is here.
Because it's like,
You know,
okay.
the-
Bowser.
I'll tell you what, the best reaction for me though is Steve from Minecraft, and that got announced.
Fuck that.
I was literally like, holy shit!
It was like, what?
When are they going to drop the
I'm like,
hammer here?
Steve? That was my that was my like big like.
Master Chief.
We were just like, oh, this is awesome. And it just keeps going.
It keeps going and going.
It doesn't stop.
This is, and the music. This is someone like I say Nintendo, but it's Sakurai who just knows.
It's Melee though.
When's the crowd?
It's
As good as
someone like
Melee.
Sakurai who just understands.
He understands it, right? He understands the fans. If he understands so much, where's my goddamn Kid Icarus, mother?
I'm sure he watched
Your
it.
sequel or
Was
or
Inkling
re-
new? No, it was already revealed,
Well,
obviously.
we knew about it.
Yeah.
We knew about it from the initial reveal.
Okay, people are just like, okay, where's the Big Banger
It's like,
character?
oh shit, everyone is here. What's going on? They're keeping us. Yo,
Just,
yes,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Lucas, okay.
Ryu.
Ryu's back from Smash 4 DLC.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
Holy crap, that's insane. They got him back. Goddamn, Cloud. That was like a big whoa.
People were worried they weren't gonna carry.
But the biggest was this. This was like everyone is literally here.
Bruh, people went bonkers over this.
Everyone is here. Because that was like, no one thought Snake was back. That was like a holy.
Only Nintendo. Only Nintendo could do this. No one else.
Yeah, literally.
Nobody else can do this. Nobody would have done
The
this.
closest you could get is a Nathan Drake appearance, like new Uncharted or something.
I'm just saying, nobody could have done that. This wouldn't have happened for PlayStation All Stars and no shit like that. This is only Nintendo that can pull this kind of shit off.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
you gotta look up.
That was big too.
That honestly, I think the other one is also Steve from Minecraft, man. That reveal was insane. It was insane, bro. The people that that shit was insane. It was like, what the fuck? What are the odds of that?
People who care about Steve from Minecraft don't play Smash anyway.
Anyway, those are good days, man. I that's the main thing I want a new Smash game for is just the reveals. That's
yeah, the reveals are the best, man.
But what are you gonna reveal at this point? Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Who do you?
I don't know. I don't know what you do. Honestly, this is like one game where I just wouldn't mind them
was amazing.
Just expanding.
Based on the views of the actual reveal trailer, Banjo-Kazooie by far the most I've seen.
Well, hold on. We got we got to look at the official Nintendo stuff. That's gonna be there?
But just going GameSpot to GameSpot, their channel. I mean, Sephiroth was close to Banjo. That was a good times. Do the Sands.
Well, look at this. That's what you got to look at the Super Smash Bros. For Steve is 4.9 million.
Yeah, I mean Master Chief would be cool, but
it's King K. Rool because it's got 6.8 million on GameSpot.
I don't think I would lose my mind over Master Chief.
No,
especially after it's been tainted by the television show.
Fucking GameSpot, man. They be uploading. Let's see.
That's the most. King K. Rool is more than any of the others.
Waluigi fan.
King K. Rool. What was King K. Rool? Let me think.
That was a beautiful review.
That was similar to the actual Banjo one.
We haven't seen King K. Rool since Donkey Kong Country. Is he in 3? No. Is he the villain in 3?
Well, actually, look, 7.3 million best friends, which would be the Banjo one from Smash, the original Smash, the official Smash panel.
There's no reaction to.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
Here we go.
They know this shit. They know people want Banjo-Kazooie. Get the fuck out.
Hey, you can't get 7.3 million views on for just 8. Come on.
Those were very popular games on one of the most beloved consoles of all time.
Look at the difference a few years makes. Look at this Look at this screen size. For Smash 4.
Where's this Nintendo?
I don't know where this is at, but it's the same person uploaded.
That could be Nintendo.
But look at
Nintendo story. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah.
I mean, it was hard to get a really large screen back then.
I guess so.
This was the most hyped one for me. It's like a 60 or 55-inch TV.
Oh boy, there she is. I was just saying, Bayonetta.
Did we do a reaction to that live? I remember how mad Terrell was for whatever reason, because he didn't think it was going to happen or something. I can't remember.
I don't know. Do we? We'll look it up.
One of the weakest characters in the
I suck as Bayonetta. I always have. So disappointing.
Yeah.
I was so pumped.
She looks cool, but I can't play her with her shit.
No. Especially after they nerfed her for Ultimate.
Right.
Good times, man. Good times.
I don't know.
Still need Lloyd Ivan from Golden Sun. Man, talk about a game nobody cares about. Sadly. Golden Sun. Every Nintendo fan wants that fucking game to come back, and you never hear anything. Bill and Lance from Contra, true.
Yeah,
X of Mega Man X and Quest 64.
Geralt
Get
from
out
The
here.
Witcher.
Get out,
Geralt from The
Geralt.
Witcher.
He's
Yeah,
a sword
but
fighter. See, I don't
yeah,
think
but
there's
because,
he's already in
Soul Calibur.
what is he in Soul Calibur? Yeah,
I don't
so-
think there's like a. I don't think there's another.
Abraham Lincoln, man, from Project Codename Steam. I'm
From
telling you, that would
Codename
be. I
Talk
need
about a game
Abraham
nobody
Lincoln.
cares about. God damn.
It's not just the
I would-
popularity of the characters. Like,
You
do
can buy
they
that
actually
game
would it
brand
actually
new for
work
$12.
in
Now,
Smash?
I want Emio, the smiling man. I want him.
Oh man, Emio.
Because like
and,
Mega Man was exciting back in.
Pac-Man was
That was at
super
like
cool.
E3. Pac-Man.
Yeah, Mega Man was huge. Pac-Man, I remember Pac-Man being huge.
Pac-Man, I was like, whoa, and you know
The
made a
Ryu
big
got
deal. It was
leaked,
like, hey, we got-
unfortunately.
All
Yeah.
these iconic characters.
but like that was still like mind blowing.
What was the last? What was the last couple that got leaked? So they didn't do the cool reveals. Was that Duck Hunt?
No, they still had a trailer. Them, it just they got leaked. Remember, they still had
Oh,
a
man.
trailer for them.
I remember wanting a Duck Hunt
That's
dog
right.
game so bad, in the vein of like a Banjo-Kazooie or a Ratchet and Clank. I was like, oh man, Nintendo,
Yeah, remember,
Yeah,
like we were thinking, like, oh, maybe that's gonna
that'd be
be a
amazing. Yeah, no,
thing. Yeah, no.
not at all.
Literally, 10 years later, still nothing. So
Nothing. Not a peep. Not even a rumor of something. Nothing.
Professor
that's
Layton
the-
Retro says. Quiet Cat.
Oh, Professor Layton, that would be cool. I don't. It would be like a major.
I still
thing.
want a Rhythm Heaven character. I know they had that
I
for
want
the
Turok.
longest. They were gonna have the chorus kids like as like from Rhythm Heaven for characters would be cool. Now I'm playing.
Detective.
Let's have
Detective
Endless
Club.
Ocean, man. Let's have like some
The diver.
Endless Ocean divers. What the
some
fuck?
diver and uses like fish to beat people with. Or
What about Ring Fit? Is there like a?
hells yeah! Oh my god! Thank you for
Oh, yeah.
fucking Draco.
Is it
You
called
need to
Ring
have
Fit?
Yeah, Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
have
kind
the-
of
have the
similar to
Jack
Wii
Dragon.
Fit, obviously.
Oh no! That's why you have the dragon, the Jack
No,
and
Yeah.
the dragon.
They actually have faces.
That too, and also Drago. I mean, dude, a Jack Dragon as you get. Into
Oh, we gotta smash. We gotta
Drago,
smash. What do you
Fucking-
call it? Gatekeeper, hippie, whatever. I'm not a fan of modern Smash. Like we talked about that last week.
She said crystal.
Oh, is that-
Boys.
Wait, oh, that's what Air said. I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of Modern. What do you mean by that?
Field of
What do you mean by
Magic.
that?
I'm not a
that's
fan
a-
of like good,
I'm not a-
excellent Smash
man,
games.
I'm not a fan of greatness.
You guys remember Field of Magic?
No,
DS?
sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
It was an early DS game.
I remember people thought maybe they get Master Chief in there, man.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
I
think
mean,
of a
that's-
lamer character just for thinking about a move set. It's just like
Well, think about a move set.
just like
for,
with Claire Redfield or
Snake.
something. That'd be lame. Like
a move set for Snake would be.
I think Snake is lame.
Oh, Snake's
I'm
awesome.
just saying.
Yeah.
To me, it would be the same thing as
Like
putting Snake
Jill
in.
Valentine.
I really didn't care.
I'm like, oh wow. You know, like if that
And
was,
make an Echo Fighter, but you could have an actual character. That'd be fine.
I would love a
cool with
Resident
that.
Evil representation, but I don't know. There's not a character that would be exciting as a Smash character.
There's new characters every game.
Zombie, man. Put a
Yeah.
zombie in there.
Man, you
Or-
tripping.
Well, have Nemesis. Have Nemesis. What?
There's no
Dude,
damn
Nemesis.
big ugly ass
Ain't
Nemesis
being
in
no
Smash.
nemesis.
You mean,
He d-
come on. What
He'd
do you
ha-
mean?
the character has to
Put
have
Ridley back.
iconic moves that they can put in,
Ridley.
work
Oh,
into the
that
game.
dude transforms into different beings throughout the game. Is there, like you could have some crazy
Still.
shit.
Man, don't nobody care
Damn.
about no damn Nemesis.
That was in one game. It was one of the
Dude,
least
literally.
liked of the
least like
original.
the remakes. It released like
the remake too,
original.
and the original version.
Yeah,
People still like it though. People love Nemesis.
yeah. I'm sure
Um,
there's always people that love Nemesis and.
I remember
other
people
games.
say
A Monster
Crash.
Hunter character, I guess.
Crash Bandicoot.
Just rip Jill from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah,
3.
well, she just had a freaking Street Fighter moveset. It wasn't even just. It can't be
I was
just
gonna
the
say-
character. You guys, I mean, not you guys, but
Oh, I agree. Like
he's not going to
dude,
do it unless they can actually make a unique, interesting character with their established moveset. They're not gonna make up.
Yeah, but
They have
I
to
believe
make
in
up some
Sakurai.
stuff.
This dude, yeah, but Sakurai is and the team is the man. They can make anybody anything.
But yeah, of
Just
course.
like, dude, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
he already has a moveset.
Interesting. I would say.
He doesn't move. Yeah.
I'd rather see that than
What's his
just
name in Ninja
I really
Gaiden?
want to see Abraham Lincoln.
Ryu
though. Like, that's
Hayabusa.
genuine.
Ryu Hayabusa.
That'd be cool.
Something like that.
He was
yeah.
always in the Dead or Alive games.
I would honestly.
Bomberman,
oh,
Rayman. Oh yeah, Rayman, Bomberman.
Rayman, absolutely.
Yeah,
Rayman
And
or the Rabbit.
Rayman or Bomberman.
I don't want to see Crash in there, but
Either Rayman or the Rabbits,
Spyro?
one or the other.
Spyro would
Not,
be
not
alright.
or the rabbits. Rayman can be with some rabbits, but he ain't gonna be no damn rabbit.
Fine, we'll have two slots, Rayman and the Rabbits.
No, Rayman can use the rabbits for his
Yeah,
fighting.
absolutely. He could be shooting plungers.
That would be
like,
the rabbits would
What
be
do you
his
want?
fucking final smash. You know, you do something with the rabbits.
yeah, absolutely.
Huh?
I agree.
But yeah, it had to be. Yeah, we still don't have Bomberman, bro. Like,
I really do want.
That's the only
I'm telling you, like,
iconic video game.
I don't think Ubisoft thinks anyone cares about Rayman anymore. I don't think they would do it.
They don't care about him, shit.
Yeah, but I mean, if Nintendo approached them, they'd be like, "Oh, yeah."
I would say Leon if he's got Ashley as like his companion.
They
You
don't
have
care
to
about your boy in
you have to
Percy.
like keep Ashley out of harm's way. That would be a unique character, because that's
Look.
They put
Unique character,
Ezio
I
or
would
somebody
want-
in shit. That's what they would pick.
I'm telling you, I want Abraham
It'd be
Lincoln from
Ezio.
Conan. That'd be amazing. That'd be hilarious.
that game that sold
Yeah.
10,000 copies. It's still like $2
Yeah,
for
but
sealed.
Bro, we got
That
shit
game
like
that you can buy today,
$5.
$12 sealed.
I know, but it would be so funny. It'd be so funny to have Abraham Lincoln in the game. Be like, Abraham
Oops.
Well, yeah.
from Cody's team.
Well, I'm thinking iconic characters. It would be
Who's
Bomberman. It would be
Rayman.
Rayman.
I don't even think. I think in just terms of Nintendo characters, there's still plenty of stuff like even like more niche stuff like a Famicom Detective Club. They could have one of the like some characters from there. Something like that'd be dope. I would love that.
Ass.
And yeah, I mean, you
guy.
could.
I said Ezio already. Is that his name?
Which one?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, the like
He's
Ezio
the
or
most
something.
popular one, yeah.
Hell no. If they're gonna
I'm
put.
saying, if Ubisoft did one, it would be fucking Assassin's Creed character.
No, I think they would let them with Rayman because like with Brawlhalla's got like Rayman and stuff. Like
Yeah,
I
but
think
they
would
don't give
Rayman.
two shits. I think
Exactly
Nintendo would
why
have
they would give it.
Nintendo would have to ask for Rayman. They're not gonna say, "Hey, you put Rayman in Smash." They're
No,
not
of
gonna
course,
do
of
it.
course.
Yeah.
Man, it still blows my mind. Remember when there was like this leak of Rayman, and then it turned out some dude
Oh,
made
yeah.
a whole video,
That
and
was
it
really
seemed,
good.
and it seemed so real because
That was
no
a
one was doing
really
that.
good
No one was
fake.
doing that 10 years ago.
And
And
nobody
that
was doing
really,
the Photoshop and the way he put it down.
and but remember he also did a whole video of him on the menu clicking Rayman,
Yes,
and it said
yeah.
Rayman. I was like,
Yeah, I mean, again,
holy shit.
it could be faked. I could fake it right now.
Yeah.
I could almost fake it back then, and I wasn't as good with the animation and visual effects stuff.
When they
But-
start announcing characters, you really should do that. You should
yeah.
when they start announcing stuff. Trying to think of other
The
like.
game
I'm
would
trying
have
to
to
think
be the game would have to be out so I could use the actual game.
yeah, no, of
do-
course.
Yeah,
I
maybe,
really, I'm
maybe I
trying
will.
to think of,
And there's
like,
100 people. There's 1,000 people on YouTube that can do that shit. Like it's not like
Yeah.
it was back in those days where
Yeah,
people were so amazed by my editing. Remember? Oh my god, your
Yeah.
editing is. I'm like, really? I don't think I'm doing that much, but okay. But nobody was doing editing like that at that time.
yeah,
Now people hire editors for
yeah.
their videos.
Literally,
It's
like
crazy.
It's like little companies. Everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm trying to think of other like Nintendo franchises though. For Smash stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Nintendo
you
character?
gotta have like
The car
you
from
know-
Mock Rider or the
Well,
motorcycle from Mock
I was
Rider.
literally about to say that. Remember they had that in the Grinch League they called it when they had
Yeah.
Mock Rider in there. And you're like,
Yeah. The car
like-
from Rad Racer.
I still think you could, they had
Excite Bike guy.
they had in the in the data mine, and like it seemed like there was going to be a rhythm heaven character. I think clearly Sakurai wants something like that at some point, so
Yeah.
maybe you'll get a rhythm heaven character.
What about the
But
the NES Detective Club whatever game? Does that have any
that's what I
characters?
said. Famicon's
Yeah,
Detective
you already
Club.
said
Oh,
that. Yeah.
I was
I mean, I said
probably off.
Amio. You can have literally
No,
the
you were
smiling man.
right there when he said it.
Oh, really?
Before you left, yeah.
You got the smiling man, Emio.
Emio.
Kidnapping people. Now
Has
strangling.
Nintendo
Emio
had?
would probably end up being like
an assist trophy or something.
assist trophy or something like that. Yeah.
Has
But at least you can have like the actual like the main character.
Well, they already put an Arms character in with the DLC.
That's what I was saying. I was gonna
What
say
other
Arms,
new
and I'm like,
character? What other new IPs have they put out in the last 7 years?
well, Ring Fit for sure
Ring
because
Fit.
I love
And
the
it was a
Drago
huge
idea would
hit
be
too.
amazing.
Yeah, it was a big
Huge
hit, and they act like it wasn't like Nintendo. That was a big hit. Why aren't
Well, it's
you
on
like?
Alarmo. It's on Alarmo, so it's
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the
So
twins
that's
from
why I
Astral
think,
Chain. I mean, no one even
oh
knows their
hell
name.
yeah,
No one even knows their name though.
Why you
yeah,
call
but
them the
it's still sold
twins?
over a million copies, man. It don't
Astro
matter.
Twins.
You could literally call it the Astral Twins. You could call it that.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. And what? That's a good idea. Come on, you shoot out somebody. He fights and
Yeah,
you
that would
bring
be
him
cool.
back.
You
It'd
could
make a
see
cool
some
character for
cool-
sure.
Yeah.
Honestly,
hope
you
they-
could have even the new Pokemon Snap guy. You could like be in the car to take photos
Yeah,
and flash you.
That would be
You think
interesting.
they'll get another Astral Chain
Probably not.
on Switch too?
I don't know what the hell
think
Platinum's
there's a
even up
chance.
to. I think building that new facility and trying to go on their own, I think really screwed them over.
Their management is all over the place.
They had the
I don't know.
director who directed Bayonetta 2 and was directing 3 left, and I don't even know what they're up to anymore. I never hear anything about them. They had that bomb. Was it a Square Enix?
Yeah, I mean they've never had like a really successful game.
It's
You're
true.
talking
Yeah,
about
remember that. You got to remember that they've never had like, oh my god, that
well, I think
smash
their
hit
most
from
successful game
Platinum
is
Games.
Astral.
Huh?
I think their most successful game is Astral Chain.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
they're
so.
working on a sequel. Honestly, I thought it was a good game.
What did it do? Like
but-
2 million?
Oh no, but I mean, what did Nier do? Wasn't that Platinum Games?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
There's
probably
a lot
the
of.
best. One.
I don't see it in the sales though. There's a lot of like hype around Nier, but
I think
Oh,
it
I mean,
sold
geez.
over 10 million
Yeah,
lifetime.
in February 2024, Platinum Games announced that the game has sold 8 million copies. That's absolutely their best-selling game.
yeah, at $20.
Yeah, but, I mean,
a game like,
Still.
like, yeah, I'm
considering
sure.
Platinum Games, that's
A
huge
lot
for
of
them.
people played it
That's
though.
that's huge.
But it's like they
Yeah.
developed it, but
lot of
whoever the creator guy is, he was in charge of that game. It was just Platinum was helped make the game that he wanted to make. Left to their
War
own.
Retro coming through. Battalion Wars guy. Nintendo do not give two shits about no
Advance
Battalion
Wars guy. It's
Yeah.
they
I
don't
love
have any
Battalion
like
Wars.
heavy hitters left.
I'm
That's
surprised that not more Nintendo fans don't champion Battalion Wars. Those are two
oh,
really
you gotta have
good
Chibi
games.
Robo. Chibi Robo is a fighter. There you go.
Oh yeah,
Chibi
Chibi Robo. Talk about a character nobody cares about.
they'd have to
Nobody cares
do.
about Chibi
They'd have to have a
Robo,
new
right?
game coming out to kind of like help try to promote the new game by putting the character in Smash. I kind of feel like they did
I
that.
remember a certain Nintendo guy who loved Smash. He was a
They do that all
Nintendo
the
guy,
time.
but he didn't care about anything but like Smash and Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him capping for Chibi Robo. I'm like, Chibi Robo, bro? Really? That's that's the game you want?
I haven't played. I mean, we played
And
for
I love Chibi Robo, but come on.
played for a split second when you guys were here, but I miss playing Smash. I like forgot that frickin' Min Min was in the game until we had this discussion. Like,
Did I buy her?
You know what? I think actually
I don't know if I ever
Bayonetta 2
bought
might be
it.
the second best selling because it says
I had
as of
to have.
December 2022, Astral Chain has sold 1.3 million copies.
Oh,
So that means
1.3.
it's probably like near, and then after that it goes.
And it sold
to
1.3
Bayonetta
million
2.
copies at $60. That
Yeah.
shit did not go down. Because that's Nintendo, bro.
Yeah, I mean their last game is, to be fair, was last year with the Bayonetta Origins and Bayonetta 3. So to be fair, it wasn't.
I
Well, that's
forgot about
2022. I
Bayonetta
mean.
Origins.
That was
Why?
Bayonetta
Why is Bayonetta not selling? Why
Bayonetta
didn't
3.
Bayonetta sell? Any of them?
I mean, sells what it needs to sell. To be honest with you,
What it
over a
needs to
million
sell.
copies.
Huh?
It sold over 1 million copies. So
Over 1 million copies. One of the best action games ever created.
Yeah.
you
Why
think they
don't they
sell like
do
maybe
better?
like what do you
Why
think
don't
maybe
they
like
do
What
better?
about
4 to
Dante
5
from
million or something?
Devil May Cry?
Is it because it stars a woman?
Yeah.
Who's
Yep,
sexual,
that's
man.
it.
What is it?
I mean,
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you would
why
think
do none of
because
their
it,
games sell?
That's what I'm
especially
saying. Like they're one of the most beloved companies from gaming, but nobody
What's
buys
the
their
one
game.
you just? What starts with a V? Why can't I think of the name right now?
Vanquish.
Vanquish. That
Vanquish.
didn't sell
I
well.
love that game, dude.
I didn't
That was
sell for
awesome.
shit either.
Yeah, it
Hell,
really sold.
Wonderful 101. We love that fucking game. Nobody
I mean,
buys
to be fair, again, that also sold pretty good, considering the
it.
budget during the time. Right now, it
Yeah.
says, well,
When you come,
this is by 2018. This is by 2018. It sold 1.33 million copies across every platform. So PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, PS3. So to be fair,
when you start, when part of your sentence is, uh, for its budget, you know you've already failed. You failed.
yeah, but I mean, it's still.
it did pretty good. For its budget, it did pretty good.
No, I mean, I'm sure it made it like a genuine good profit for them, but not like to the point where it's
yeah,
like.
yeah.
But that is a fantastic game. I love that game. That was awesome.
Which one? Wonderful 101?
Vanquish.
Oh, Vanquish. Vanquish.
That's the
Didn't they make a double pack or something of that? Like
It was
Bayonetta
Bayonetta.
1 and Vanquish?
Yeah,
Like they
on
remastered it
PS4.
and
Yeah, on
put it
PS4.
at
That's why.
60 FPS?
That's why I played it for my backlog.
Oh.
Mm.
I feel like I need to buy it for my collection and just keep it sealed.
Yeah, it's Oh, we got it. It's. I don't know. I point that if you can see it. It's
over
like
there.
right here.
Okay.
Bayonetta plus Vanquish.
Yeah.
So this is slightly gaming related. My Detroit Lions, their running back duo is nicknamed Sonic and Knuckles because one's really fast and one's like really hard to tackle.
Heavy?
So somebody did this edit. I thought this was pretty cool.
Off the right, here's Gibbs. Good run, best run, good move. There he goes. Needs a block. He's in. Jameer Gibbs answers back for Detroit.
That's fantastic.
It's funny
This
because
is like the shit you see on YouTube now that blew our mind when somebody did that back in the day, but everybody did
and they
this
can
shit
do it
now.
within hours of after
Yeah,
the
well,
game.
there's no time at all.
It's
It
funny
used to take
because
take me a week to make a video with effects and shit in it.
I've
But
said this
now,
multiple
it's
times.
no
I
time.
don't think he tunes in to the podcast when he's not part of it, but there's a lot of guys in football that they like a lot of the stuff Terrell likes, anime and like the guy that gave the nickname, he loves Sonic, and there's some other similarities. And I'm like, man, it's like every time I see this, the one guy made a reference to Lola Bunny from the first
Nice.
what do you call it? Space Jam.
Space Jam.
And I'm just like, man, these guys. If Terrell likes sports, I would be like, hey, this is someone to follow or something, because there's just a lot of weird crossover, and not a lot, but there's guys that are definitely into that stuff. A lot of them, there's a lot of them that just play Call of Duty and Madden, but
Yeah, a lot of
there's a lot of gamers. Oh, there he's watching right now.
Oh, Terrell's watching.
Did you see that, Sonic? But
Yeah, did you see the
there was one dude that he's like totally like diehard anime. He played for the Lions. He's diehard anime guy.
no disrespect.
I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying there's a lot of dudes that I always think of Terrell when they talk about things they like on my team. And then Eminem is like a huge Lions fan. And that's Robert's guy.
Yeah, plays from Detroit, so that makes sense. Understandable.
Rest in peace to the Tigers.
Terrell, you got your internet up or what?
Yeah,
He's just on his phone.
He's just lurking.
Wait, how they ain't gonna come right now? It's already 9:12.
No, about to wrap it up. He's just lurking. I do it sometimes on his streams.
You lurkers.
Because he streams usually when I'm like playing, like at times
Crystal for Smash.
I'm playing something, so I just put on listen.
We need this guy in Smash, man. Whoever this guy is, we need him in
Add this to
Smash.
your backlog, Robert. Add this to your backlog.
Omega Boost.
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is the one game that I think rivals Star Fox.
Whoa, really? I mean
That's big praise there.
yeah. Omega Boost. Let me look this up.
It's made by, you would never guess, Polyphony Digital. You know who those guys are?
I heard the name, but I don't know what they made. Which hold on, that's Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo franchise. They made one of the best space shooting games.
Wow, so they literally went from Omega Boost to just Gran Turismo.
No, they did. No, Gran Turismo was actually before Omega Boost. So they went from Gran Turismo 1 to Omega Boost, and then
Omega Boost was their first game.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Did I
Oh,
fail?
because it was Japan. I think it's Japan. Japan came out in April.
Oh, okay. This
Japan came out
I
in
knew it
April.
came out in '99 here, so they already had Gran Turismo at that point. But maybe it just didn't come
This
out in
is
the
Gran
West.
Turismo 2. Oh, so I guess they changed company names. Is that what it is? It says Poly's Entertainment and Polyphony Digital.
Yeah.
They made 3 games under Poly Entertainment, with which one of them is Gran Turismo.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Damn, but still, that's like the last time they were able to do something that's not Gran Turismo.
Right.
Holy shit! So they've been since 1999. They've just been churning out Gran Turismos.
Yep. I mean, they're great games, but
yeah, but damn, 24 years
is awesome. I'm talking
Gran Turismo?
like they were able to merge. I don't think I've ever seen any other game that did this. They would merge because they use a lot of what do they call them? The FMVs. They use FMVs, and they would merge they would put game models, like the character models in the FMV. I don't know. I've never seen that shit before, and I thought it was amazing. So they did some. Not only did they make a new game that they don't usually make, they did some new stuff that I've never seen.
Very impressive.
Yeah, and it's just a really fun, tight controlled, great shooter. Space shooter.
That rivals Star Fox.
It's right there, as far as quality, shooting and all that kind of stuff and controls.
Visually, I think this looks really impressive on PS1.
It was very good, and yeah. So I looked it up recently, and the price of it, it was skyrocketed. I had no idea. I bought the bitch for I bought it probably in 2004 or something, for
this looks pretty
$12. It's $100, over $100 now. I'm like, what?
Damn. Of course, this does look cool though. Actually, this one say he's going through this vents.
Oh, it's great. I did a I guess you call it a let's play on my channel years ago for the game. It's great.
Yeah, it does look good.
I'm gonna start a series
yeah,
called Hidden Gems for every console, and just let people know about stuff like this. And what's the game we were talking about earlier? Juice.
Mischief, Mayhem, whatever.
Mischief Makers.
Yeah, that I bought. That
here in
game I
Japan.
did buy. I did buy that game because
You got Mischief Makers.
yeah, I bought that. I'll play one year.
Some year.
Some year. I don't know when they'll happen. It'll be either now or when I'm 75.
Well, shout outs to Terrell. He
get
says they're
75.
finishing up his internet, rehooking up his internet. How long it been, man? 3 weeks?
This game looks badass, by the way. It really does look good.
I told it's a great game. I don't know if you want to wait that long, bro.
Yeah, but my only thing is I have to remove a game then because I have too many games on this wish list that I'm living.
Find some trash and remove it.
No. Well, it's only gonna be one game that I'll remove, so I'll have to.
Okay, sorry. Find a piece of trash and remove it, and play something.
I'll have to look and see. I'm not too sure.
Mega Boost. Are you gonna buy it?
Yeah, I'll end up buying it.
Gonna buy it complete, or because I think it's cheaper.
Unfortunately, I have to buy it complete because it's a PS1. If you don't have it complete, it just you just see as a disc in your thing. It looks weird.
You're OCD about that shit, like me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You can get one of these. Look at that.
What is this, a repro zone?
Look at that. That's a repro. Look how
See,
good
I mean,
that
yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that
Quality.
for PSP repo stuff like
Looks
that.
just
Quality.
like
But
the real
actually,
thing.
that's actually I
Yeah.
have a repro
I have the game.
for Twisted Metal.
That's day one on my Dreamcast. But this
Nice.
What game was it? Dynamite Cop?
Dynamite Cop, yeah.
Is that
The game
a
you can beat in
on
like
rails
25
shooter
minutes. No, it's
or a light gun shooter? I mean,
spiritual successor to Die Hard.
yeah.
Die Hard game.
Those just didn't
Is,
work. This doesn't do it for me on at home. I don't know. Did that have a
Yeah,
light gun? Even
No, I agree with you. I bought the game, I beat it in 25 minutes, and I was like, I wish I didn't spend $50 on this shit.
All right, I just added it to
Oh, you did?
$19.99. Yeah, but I don't know what game I'm gonna take out. I'll have to look and see what game I'll have to take.
2027. You put it out, huh?
2027. But remember, I have to. The way it works is I have to buy the game and then I'll play it. So
Yeah, I
who
know.
knows
You
when
gotta play it still.
Who knows when that'll be? I don't know. That like 2020. You said 2027 is. It probably is more like 2037.
I'm gonna stop suggesting games to you because that's too depressing, bro. It's too depressing.
Yeah, this is my current backlog game. I have an episode of it this week.
Donnie, we already
Oh.
talked about that earlier. The analog 3D.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be dope.
I
That'll
just
be dope.
mod my N64.
Yeah, I don't need no analog 3D because I got it right here.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I
HDMI, my friend. HDMI.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Modded.
Damn.
My
Now,
thing
if
with for mine
If
is
you
I
don't got
just
that, the analog is a great thing. But
Yeah, I don't have
I don't like the company analog because it's already sold out. They on some bullshit, bro.
I mean, I have the analog pocket and I think it's amazing, and with the
Yeah.
dock, I think it's fantastic. So that's why to me it's like I have no.
It's a great
worries.
product, but I'm talking about how they distribute their shit is bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Like they don't put enough numbers out there. The people who buy that shit first, a lot of the times, are scalpers who go right to eBay and fucking Amazon and flip the prices on that shit. It happens all the time, and they got to do better, man. They got to do better.
What do you think a 30th anniversary PS5 Pro is? People are asking.
How much is it worth?
What do you think people are
it was
asking on
originally,
eBay?
what,
At least
1,000?
the G.
What was it originally?
Oh yeah, what's the?
Yeah, it was 1,000.
I'ma say
4,194
Oh,
best
there you
offer.
Jeez.
4,150 or best offer.
4 G's. You'll probably get close to that.
4,500 or best offer. I mean, that's
How
what
many?
the
How many are sold though? Check the sold option so you can see how many people are.
They're not out yet. All
Yeah,
right.
but people are still
I'm
buying.
not.
them
Why
because,
would you like? How dumb are you to buy the eBay list before the part even comes out?
eBay's
Like,
supposed to crack down on that shit. It's supposed to not allow it. So
because what happens if theirs gets canceled? They get canceled or
Right.
you know,
Can't-
you
Well,
got
then
to
you
pay
get
up
money
front.
I think I found.
You're gonna get
I
your
think
money
I
back,
found a
though.
game to remove. I think I'm going to remove Sonic and Sega also as Racing Transformed Wii U because I
Yeah,
have it on
remove that.
360.
Oh, there you go.
I was going to get it
Not
on
that
a Wii
it's a
U.
bad game. It's not. But
But I was gonna get it so I could play with like online with like retro and but it's already gone. The
Yeah.
online is gone.
well,
So
it's back though.
I don't know about that though. Maybe
I don't
not
think
Sonic.
that game's
but-
back. But eventually, it probably will be.
Yeah, but
'Cause it,
how retro ain't gonna mod his thing.
he ain't gonna, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm just saying.
So
But he's not gonna
and the
mod
reason
it.
I have it on 360 because you can play it in 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X. So.
On Xbox. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I removed that. Added Omega Boost. There you go.
There you go. All right, it's in there at least.
It's in
Someday.
there. Someday. Some year.
Now get
So-
Dynamite Cop next. No, I'm just playing. Don't get that shit. What sort of the Berserker? That's what you need to get. Bro. Another repro. This is fantastic.
That's a great.
I remember
game. What is
that game. I don't know if I rented it or just saw somebody or saw like the.
Oh, it's very expensive now. But I only had the disc. I don't know what happened to the. I had the case, but I don't know what happened to it. Or maybe I never had the case. I probably bought it used somewhere. But now it's like over $100 too. It's like, come on, man. Somebody did a video recently or a comment recently where they were talking about how retro gaming is not fun. It's too expensive. And I'm like, for the major stuff, I think it's expensive, and it's depending on what console you're on.
It also depends on
If you're
how,
trying to buy
how
Sega Saturn games, yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That shit's gonna be expensive.
and if you want complete, like if you're like collecting
And you
the
want
tower.
complete, right? Especially, yeah. But
If you
it
just
doesn't
want to
have to
play
be
the
expensive.
games, like
If
you're
you just want to
good.
play the fucking game, it's not expensive. So I don't know.
But
people say
unfortunately,
that.
it's expensive for
Then,
someone like me and
then you
you
go buy
because
some
I
Call
do
of
want
Duty or
to.
some shit with battle passes and be over $100 for that shit. And then they will
Yeah.
talk about they want to talk about retro games are expensive. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'll
bro?
never
Then you just
bringing up $100 editions. I bought Titanfall on PC for $5,
ooh,
and it was supposed to the base model, and
Titanfall
then
1?
within 2 months,
Two.
they just gave everything that the $100 or $120 edition people had. They just gave it all, and I had it for that $5 purchase. I don't even have EA Origins downloaded anymore. Like that game, technically, I own it. I probably could re-download it, but back when I got it for $5, no one was playing it. Like
Mm.
the lobbies were, I don't know if it was 1,000 people or 100 people. I don't remember, but it's
It's like a Marvel. What was it called? The Marvel game.
Avengers.
They gave all that shit away. People bought all this.
Anthem.
I'd be pissed if I paid for all that bullshit. They
Yeah.
gave that shit away and sold the game for $5, and that's when I bought it.
That's why at least
'Cause I'm
with
like, it's a hack and
the,
slash. I'll have some fun with it. With
when they brought
Marvel
down the
characters.
the 3DS price, real quick, they gave everyone like 20 games. Hey,
Let me
Yeah.
show you the most expensive game I ever bought. I'll be right back.
everybody.
They compensated us as
Yeah.
early adopters.
Came
I
in
still have
brand
my
new.
I still have my ambassador's badge, and I have all my games.
Absolutely.
It's great,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only way. I mean, obviously, you can mod this shit and get this shit now
Yeah.
probably, but that was the only way you can play those games because they weren't available in the store.
Yeah, even to the last final
Yeah.
day,
Yeah, it still wasn't.
which is very strange, but it is. But yeah, it's.
No, I mean, I to me that's like, wow, you guys really went the extra
Yeah.
mile
yeah.
for the us early adopters because I was a
Mhm.
dumbass paying $250 for my 3DS.
Yeah.
And,
All right, I'll tell you the console, and then you try to guess the game. It was $100. Xbox 360.
Xbox 360,
Mhm.
huh?
wait, what am I guessing? The game?
The most expensive game I ever bought. I don't even think the
And you
Xenoblade
bought this
Chronicles.
brand new
Yeah,
for $100.
and now it's
It's a
worth
special
probably worth
edition.
nothing. Probably worth $5 if that.
I want to
Xbox
say it's like a
360.
Call of Duty game, but I don't even. I guess it wouldn't be like a Black Ops Hardened Edition, Modern Warfare Hardened Edition.
This was the first year they did that. They charged extra for some
Yeah.
kind of pass thing if no one else was
The
doing
season
it,
pass or whatever.
and you got all the DLC, but they called it something else. You like signed into a separate account.
Oh, worthless.
And,
That shit-
Let's see what it's
I don't
called.
look at
What does it say in the
look at
back?
what that game's worth. What is it called again? What's that version?
Wow,
Uh,
I'm surprised you bought that.
Oh, Call of Duty Elite membership, 1 year membership, which got you all the DLC,
That's
the
right.
game, and this like thick ass box.
What was that called?
Hardened
Elite,
edition.
Call of Duty Elite.
Hardened?
Modern Warfare 3
Hardened.
Hardened edition. Can't get
Hard
this
on Edition.
sleeve cover off. And the thing that sucked is none of my other no one really loved this game, so no one else bought the DLC. So I was sitting there playing by myself because all the
You
maps.
sure? I remember.
I was just
playing
saying
Modern
people in my group. No one was playing
Oh.
it. No one cared about the DLC. I don't
Well,
even
you
remember
knew-
this game. Like honestly,
You knew me. Oh yeah.
the most
You know what's
expensive
so
game I
funny
ever
is
bought.
one
I
of
couldn't
us
tell you one
played-
thing about it.
I would
It is-
agree with you in terms of
It is
the
now
unreasonable.
worth a whopping. Oh, that's pre-owned. These prices are all over. the
Really,
place.
I'm a founder. I'm an elite founder.
Nice.
It looks like
What's
the
the
average
price?
is like $50.
That's still pretty.
There's
good.
a sealed one for $200.
Darn it.
So they made this
And-
big. They had this huge announcement. They had all these people. They had a actual paintball course based on one of the maps, like Newtown, at this event.
Yep,
They
yep.
had celebrities. They
Wait,
announced.
you went?
No, it was just on TV.
Oh.
The Call of Duty
Yeah,
Elite.
I wanted to do that so bad. Like that looked so awesome.
The Call of Duty Elite membership, and it was like, if it didn't come with the DLC, it wouldn't have been worth it. It was basically $100. The game was $60, so for $40 more, I got all the DLC. Looks like there was a credit card looking thing that's not in here anymore, and then there's this.
I always wanted to get it seems so mystical to me. Again, I think about going back. The
But what's
Call
the
of Duty
value
Black
in it
Ops.
now?
Look at this. This has like it's like
You
a
get a
journal,
card?
and it has like it's supposedly a real photo of the group.
That's cool though. I like that.
You get a steel book.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
it have a steelbook? I think so.
I'm looking at that's what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, and it has these photos, like I said. It's
Founders
got like
card.
a fake matchbook for a hotel.
That's
I never looked
funny.
at this stuff before, honestly.
Exclusive Special Ops
Never looked
Juggernaut
at that.
Xbox Live outfit limited
They
edition
had the
field journal.
Black Ops Hearted edition that I really wanted to get when I was a kid because it came with
Yeah,
it
it's
came
still
with
worth something. It ain't worth $100, but it's not bad. We're talking
The
50,
Black
60
Ops 1
bucks.
Hard On edition.
Hold on.
They
That's
that
a pretty
one-
good value retain.
Actually, not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's actually better than I thought it was. But also, like, to be fair, Call of Duties, even the older ones, still hold their price a decent amount than you would think. They still sell them digitally, like for
Steel
$30.
books. I think that's a big part of it. People love
Do
steel
I
books.
have a steelbook? I have to look.
It has to be, unless you got the.
But I'm missing something. It looked like it was like the size of a credit card. I think it was like
yeah,
a
the
metal.
founder card. Yeah,
I don't have it. I don't know where it is.
Oh,
But there was something
I
with
just
the.
dropped down to $20.
Oh man,
I
Black
can't get
Ops,
this
uh,
book
no
back in
founders
here.
clone. Yeah, it looks
Black
like this.
one
I
had
don't know
it
if
where
you can
you
see my screen.
got all the old.
Yeah, I don't have that. Where the fuck is it? It might
You
be in
got
a
all
drawer
the
somewhere.
old, you got all the
I'm
old,
sure you got it
old
somewhere.
war zombie
don't-
map.
You take pretty good care of your stuff, so I'm sure it's around somewhere.
I don't remember seeing it though in any recent thing
That's what I wanted it for was Black Ops 1. They
Let me
had
see
the
what the
World at War zombie maps
case looks like.
for like the original. And for me, like especially because as someone who wasn't like in knowing understanding games when I was 11 years old, I was like, oh my god, like I'll never be able to play this. Like I'd never be able to do this. And then they announced
still live?
the final DLC pack was like all the zombie maps. Yeah, I think we are still live.
Oh, I was wondering because Lenny said something about Berserk, sort of the Berserk.
I forgot this was a steelbook. It's the only.
There you
It's
go.
my first steelbook ever bought.
Lenny, that happened a lot, and our dear friend clocked it. Doesn't want to come to terms with it. But on the Sega's Dreamcast, you played a game for a half hour to an hour, and you beat it. And that happened a lot. There's a lot of arcade games
Happened to
on there.
me.
Even the games that didn't look like arcade. Like, this looks like a somewhat meaty adventure game, and it's not that long. You said you beat it in 2 hours or something? And
Oh, yeah?
There's a lot of games like, especially at launch. I remember kind of being done with my Dreamcast after about 3 hours. I was like, okay, now what? The hype is dead. I mean, I still played the games, obviously, like Soul Calibur especially.
We know
But
we're
it's a fighting
live.
game.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't think we were doing this off air. Yeah, I don't have that card. Damn it.
He's gonna disown me now. When I said that about the
Yeah,
Dreamcast.
We agree on a lot of stuff with the Dreamcast, and that's one. It's like,
Yeah.
But
Dude,
anyway,
see,
Well, my
Just
Dream-
look at
I
this, look at
said if Shenmue had launched, well, when did the Dreamcast come out? September 9th, 99? If Shenmue had launched in like November, I think we'd still be on Sega consoles right now. But that game just came out too late.
Dude, it still sells for $50. The Hardened edition.
Yeah, I said that.
I gotta
I
try
don't
to
know
find
where-
that. I don't know where it would be that.
I said
Credit
it,
card
it's a,
thing.
that's a good retaining of its value there. That's not
yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
And
hate the
it
game, but it
was-
was just like everyone just wanted to go back to whatever was it, Black Ops
Hey,
One?
man, if you get the slipcover, that one says $90.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
if you sold it, you would make a pretty decent amount of money of your money back if you don't care for it anymore.
Shit, I'll never
If
play
not,
it again.
I'll take it.
I'll never play it again.
Well, Modern Warfare 3 is one of those games that that I remember I was like, man, I didn't care for this game at all. But I was talking so much shit about the game. I went back and played it like, I don't know, a
Modern
year or
Warfare
two
3 is dope.
and I go back and I'm like, oh my god, I played a lot of this game. And I see all my multiplayer stats. I'm like, damn.
Robert, you want it?
Well-
$50. It's yours. Next time you're here, I'll give it to you
Next time you're
for
here,
free.
I'll give it to-
Next time you're here, you can have it.
You can have it.
Damn. Well, man, I wish we could go back in time. I would
Can I have your Ocarina of Time box?
No. You want
You know,
this?
somebody's gonna make me blow the bank on that shit.
I
'cause
have
You're mad.
GTA 3, but I don't have Vice City on it. I have Oh no, you know what?
I
don't.
played
I
it.
have
I
GTA
played
3 for
45
PS2.
minutes of Vice City, and I was like, nope.
Really?
They want $260 for that goddamn box. A box.
Wait, what? That one?
Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
special
I thought you thought
collector's
the
edition.
photo box. I was about to say, God
No,
damn.
no, Ocarina of Time collector's edition. You got to have the one with the gold, shiny plating on the front cover of
What
the
are you
box.
talking about? You talking about you talking about like the
N64.
N64?
Yeah.
Oh,
Collector's,
damn.
specifically the collector's edition box.
And he
Which
has
is-
that?
Early PPI. I had it, and I lost it.
You gonna get it
Um,
again at some point? I guess.
I have to. Like, I had to muster up the funds to get this box.
Yeah.
Because this is not the one. I wish I would never lost it. But this was like the last video game thing my mom bought me.
Yeah.
I was a grown man. She couldn't buy me games anymore. So this was the last game.
Sealed copy.
Sealed copy.
Never played it. I got
Is that
it
four?
with Lost Planet, and I just never
Dude,
started.
You can sell some of this stuff. You guys
It's
can
not
get
worth
Planet is
shit.
good. Lost Planet ain't worth nothing. I tell you.
I looked
No,
up
but like,
Devil May Cry.
I'm scrolling this hard
Devil May
edition.
Cry 4 ain't gonna be worth anything.
Bro,
but
the
it's
hard
sealed.
edition, you can get your money back, man.
It's sealed though, so
I got the cool reflective
that's cool.
slipcover Bioshock.
I would take the slipcover.
there's 20,000 versions of BioShock, man. It's crazy.
Actually, you
How
know
many
what?
variations of that game there
I would
is.
take the game because I actually don't have that.
You don't have BioShock? How?
I have Bioshock 2 and Infinite, I think.
The worst one.
What?
BioShock
Let's
2.
do it. No, but I'm gonna play all of them eventually. But it's more so like I have 2 and Infinite right
I
now.
don't even remember much
I
of
mean,
this
it's
game.
not bad. It's just the worst BioShock game.
I don't even remember. Is this the one where she was like in a black dress and like a skyscraper in like the beginning?
Yeah. Legend? Is that Legend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
do
think I
have that
beat it.
game.
Pretty sure I beat it.
That was actually pretty good.
Oh, I beat it. And I finished the game.
Wow.
Lost Planet was like cool at first, but man, that
Lost
game
Planet started off
that
hard, but
game
got
died
tedious
for me
as
real
shit.
fast.
Yeah.
I was very interested in that game when I was younger, but I don't really know much about
Let me
it.
tell you the story. So it was my birthday, November 21st,
I was
probably.
going to tell the story of the game. I was like, what?
It was probably what year would it have been? Resident Evil 5.
2007?
Resident Evil 5 came out. What year was that?
There's 3 Lost Planets. Resident Evil 5.
Resident Evil 5, 2006?
Yeah, it would have been after 2006. Go to Toys R Us, my buddy, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy a game for my birthday, and I was thinking Resident Evil 5. And I got there, and I was like, $60. I said, I don't know. The demo wasn't great. For $40, there's this double pack, Capcom double pack for $40. I said, well, for 40, I can get 2 games.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
So I put down Resident Evil 5. You know, it's one of my favorite series of all time. I still haven't played Resident Evil 5. And I picked this up, and I still didn't even open it. And I only played Lost Planet for a couple hours, and I was like, yeah, this is getting kind of boring. And yep,
It started off great. It got tedious.
that's how I ended up with that double pack.
And it got really difficult. I didn't like it. It's too
But
hard.
anyway, might as well get out of here. I'm bummed that I have the platinum version of this. I was a little late to the party.
I actually think I haven't seen.
It's funny how people get all
I do.
out of shape about
I
that.
don't like the platinum hats.
I want the black label, please. Or-
I don't mind the platinum version of Xbox 360 specifically. I don't think that looks bad.
The last Madden game I ever bought.
Oh, the Xbox 360 plan is good. I will say I don't like GameCube with the yellow ass labels and shit. The million seller ones. They have a
Oh.
yellow label instead of. I can see it
Yeah.
right now. I just want to kick
Yeah, I
myself.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me grab one real quick before we jump off.
I only had 18 360 games. No, 19 with Modern Warfare 3.
Although I don't like the platinum hits that
I don't
on
like the
spine
silver.
change. Well, I
Like,
don't mind the silver, but some of them change the spine.
This
Like
is back
the
when you had to
spine-
cut the seal.
Yeah.
I hated that
No,
shit.
actually, they still do that. They still do that
Here's
with
the typical-
Oh, Xbox does.
here's a typical GameCube case, right?
Mhm.
They got a nice
Yeah.
little black label. They all have black GameCube
Yeah.
label. And then you put this monstrosity, the game too. You put
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
put this yellow ass band across player's choice, and then you get this yellow shit on the side. And
Say,
you
this
can
is
see
the
that
poor
shit.
version.
It's like, oh, you bought it. You ain't no real fan. You bought it after it sold 1 million copies.
Game of the year,
Hey,
baby.
Game of the year version.
Yeah,
Oh,
I you know what? That's true. 'Cause I also don't like the Nintendo Selects. Like
Nintendo Select.
it's literally just this big ass banner which makes the box art very small. Hate
Oh
that.
yes.
The 3DS and the
Nintendo
Wii and the Wii U, all of them. Don't like them.
All right, we'll get out of here. Just looking at game collections.
This shit is
But,
hideous. I got hideous other shit.
Yeah. See,
So this is fine, right? It got Pikmin for
Yep.
Wii,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
That's
go to
great.
what
God,
the fuck
that's
is this
Big ass
hideous red
border.
What the
border,
fuck?
Red.
this
That
gold
gold.
shit, and they put
Yep.
this ugly ass ribbon on
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Hideous.
That's what my Animal Crossing I think is, which I gotta get a new one.
Why did they do that? Your Animal Crossing is selects.
I think it's I believe it's like or I actually rebought it. I have to remember. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, Sunshine I rebought.
Look at
That's-
Christy there.
I don't know why, and that's why I got that fucking.
Oh,
player
damn.
shirt.
Look at that cover art.
Look at them. They're all
Is that
like, what
Helena?
game is this?
Helena?
Oh, okay, now it makes
Look
sense.
at
But
that
they're all
Jack
sitting down
mofo.
in the front. They're all like, they're posing.
I don't even remember half these. Oh, I liked her. She was cool.
Sunshine is crazy, bro. You either love it or you.
I
don't
thought
say
it
you
was
hate-
fine.
don't
I
think
liked
hate
it.
Yeah, but
I never
when you
went
look-
back
when
and
you
beat it
like- you
again.
Really, there's people that just love it and will beat you up over it, basically.
Yeah, or you just find it disappointing in
Or you
some
just
ways.
find it disappointing, like me.
I didn't like it enough to ever
You
play
think
it
you're
again.
crazy for that?
I didn't only beat the boss once. I barely even remember what.
Or
The
it gave
one-
you a
I just
Headache
remember the
is-
slowdown. I just remember the
I
ridiculous
was gonna say the
slowdown.
headache you get from the frame rate dropping to 20 or 18 frames or whatever the fuck that shit was.
Why can't I get these back in here like I had
It's
them?
60
It was a
frames
one-
game.
Party game.
What
and
the
finish.
fuck? I took one game out and I can't get them back in here.
If that's not proof that the game was rushed, that the final boss is fucking at
It was a
15
Bowser
frames per
fight. There
second.
was like a ring. You were like ran around.
Yeah, you on a fucking roller coaster or whatever the fuck. It's like what the?
In it like a bathtub or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, I barely remember it. It's a
so
cool setup, kinda, but here's the rest of the game.
Why we gotta watch Bowser naked?
Perfectly-
getting power?
Probably locked 60, and then you get to this shit. You're like, what is this?
I like
I
the
have to
hover
check this.
mechanic. I didn't like spraying
I think
everything.
it cheapens the platforming, which is funny because somebody we know who's all about his Mario platforming, but then you get this fucking water pack that saves your ass. I think that's.
But
I
then
think
the
that
problem
cheapens
was the
platforming.
levels where they
You
took
find
it away.
atmospheric, very artful.
I
Yeah,
thought
I mean,
Mario moved too fast. There wasn't the
Right.
range of a movement with the analog stick, and then also the hit detection. Anytime a thing was revolving, like a rectangle, like an
Yeah.
Astrobot has, and just you'd be running, and you'd think, oh, I can just run over that. Nope, you'd slip and slide all the way off and die. Like there's nothing you could do.
I've got footage somewhere because I was gonna make this video to show the jank of Mario Sunshine. I gotta find that footage. I know I have it. Because I specifically did one about one of the shine sprites that is like you got to take the boat and all this
Mhm.
bullshit to get to it. Then you got to have Yoshi.
You got to ride
and he has to
Yoshi.
sit on the thing. Yeah,
And you lost him as
if
soon as you
fuck
touched
it
the
up,
water.
You got to do that shit all over again. Because you touch the water, you're done. You got to ride the fucking boat, and then you get in, and you better beat that shit because you know it takes you all the way out,
Yeah.
and you got to start all. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
What were they
Like,
thinking?
What were they thinking on this? So I got to find that footage. I got to get that video out.
I remember watching T's. You were playing back when you started streaming. That was one of the first games you played, and I'm like, I don't remember like pulling these legs tentacles off this freaking squid or whatever, like multiple times, multiple boss fights or whatever, were that thing over and over. It's like, come on, like it's just so lame.
For somebody who can't stand the toes.
Yeah.
And Skyward Sword, you don't mind them tentacle shits all the time.
They just didn't have time to implement enough ideas. I think they had to just get it out. Sucks, but they tried to save the GameCube. I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think we'll get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Terrell should be back next week with his internet, so that should be fun. Halloween edition. We're dressing up.
Okay. Yep.
Get ready.
So we'll see you guys next week. Peace.